What's up, guys?
Hey,
What's up, bro? I see you're sweating, man.
Yeah, I am sweating.
do people know that you greet your guests half naked?
Let's address that right now.
Let's undress that.
No, half naked.
I was undressed.
Just to say, you know, like, you want to come on this podcast, you got to be prepared for some nipples.
My mom's not gonna like this because
No, it's okay.
she every time tells me, don't simply greet your guests like without shirt like that. Yeah, but basically I don't wear my shirt because I sweat them a lot. So I want to put on the shirt only when I'm about to roll. Yeah, I'm sweating.
Have you had some female guests that you greet naked?
I'll tell you who I did that to accidentally, and I did not plan that. Okay, because Joanne come. So Joanne come.
She loved that though. She would have loved that.
I didn't say that. Okay, you know Joanne come, right?
Bro, we know Joanne come.
Joanne would have come.
I hope so.
KM, right?
Yeah, of course, KM lah.
No, I'm just...
Hey, Harith, do you
Yo.
remember the first time I met you?
No.
No,
Were you naked?
No, I was not
Okay.
naked. Yeah, but it's funny story. I was looking for some supper at night, looking for some mamak, and then I passed by a Ramly store in TTDI. Yeah. So I saw you, right? And then I went, oh fuck, is that Harith? So I parked my car at the side, wanted to go and say hi to you. Perhaps take a photo. I went down there and you weren't there anymore.
Oh,
So I spoke. So I went there, and then the Ramly's seller was saying like, oh, you know, Harith was here just now, and I was talking to the dude. The dude was your driver, the guy that was buying. So
Oh.
yeah, so I asked the driver. I said like,
where was I?
you went back into the car apparently.
Oh, okay.
So I talked to the driver, and the driver said, why, you want to take a photo? I said, yeah, I'm sure, but it's okay lah. And he called you, man, and then
Oh, yes.
You remember?
Yeah.
you actually remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was shocked, man. You came down and just to take a photo with me, bro. Yeah.
Because you had a shirt on, so it's okay.
Yeah, that was, I don't know how long lah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but David didn't expect you to be on again so soon. Guys, David, what do you call that? Ali Silap Magic. Silap Mata. I mean, that's what you call magician, right?
Ali Sulap lah, bro. S-U-L-A-P.
Is it? Serious ah?
No lah, silap mata lah.
Yeah, but Ali Sulap is Indonesian. Ali Sulap.
Really?
Yeah, Ali Sulap.
Okay.
Yeah, Harith, so much shit to ask you, man.
Okay.
So, whenever I talk to any comics, so I've had many of the stand-up comics on, right? They always look at you as the Godfather, as all of us look at you as the Godfather of stand-up comedy. What was it like back then, like the landscape? Was there even any available opportunities, or did it even exist?
No, it didn't exist. When I started stand-up comedy, technically the first show was 1990, the art form did not exist.
Were there other people trying to be stand-up
No.
comedians?
It didn't exist.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
So, okay, where did you try it out?
First one was at the Subang Airport Hotel.
Oh, your friends, remember? I remember the
yeah.
story. Your friend asked you to do it, right? Yeah, for 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, have you met Harith that time?
No, I know his stories.
I've shared the story before.
Yeah.
So it's just Subang Airport Hotel, 1990, August 31st, which is Merdeka Day.
Oh, you can remember.
Yeah, the reason I remember is because my friend is a PR manager there, Marina Mustafa. Props out to her. And she said, hey, August 31st, lobby lounge, Merdeka Day, there's nothing happening at the lobby lounge. Can you get up on stage and just tell your funny stories? Because I used to make her laugh. She was a friend of mine. And then I said, what do you mean tell my funny stories? You get up on stage, you got this. So she listed out the stories. I made her laugh. This story. She said, put them together and just get on stage. So it wasn't called stand-up comedy. There was nothing. So I got up on stage and I told those funny stories, and some people laughed, I guess.
How big was the crowd?
Oh, it's huge. About 6 people.
Okay.
4 staff. And then my friend Marina and her friend.
Okay, so at least Marina laughed
Well,
out.
so 2 of them laughed.
We gotta ask what this part I didn't know. It was this part the 6 people I didn't know. Was it management level or staff
No,
level?
the lobby lounge is empty. So basically, I entertained my 2 friends.
Guess lah.
It was just one of those impromptu things. But so that was the first show. But that was not technically. I thought that was it. I thought done. Okay lah. I just did whatever.
It's not something that you even rehearsed or
No.
practiced.
But then a few weeks later, I went to a club called All That Jazz in SS2, next to Bakute Mango Jerry.
Mango Jerry? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man, SS2 there, near the wedding place.
Yes, I do.
Was it? And then Rafiq Rashid was a singer, guitarist performing. I went to watch him, and he took a break. And then my friend said to Rafiq, "Hey, Rafiq, during your break, this guy tells funny stories. So Rafiq was like, oh yeah, get on stage. So I got on stage and then I kind of improv, told the funny stories. Wait, then someone saw me there, came up to me after the show and said, hey, I got this event, a function now. Can you do that? I give you a couple $100. Oh, yeah, sure. So I went, paid $100. I did same thing at some event. And someone saw me at that event. And hey, I got another event. Can you do that? So it was just like a, yeah. It just kind of snowballed, but it wasn't structured.
I got you. So it didn't exist, but it's interesting to know that there was actually a demand, even though it was at such a limited...
It wasn't a demand in the sense that nobody knew what I was doing. See, those days, you remember a company event, there'll be a fashion show, a magic show, a dance, a singer.
Fashion show?
Yeah, they would have fashion shows. Bernie Chan, Grace Uy. There'd be fashion shows in company events.
What do you mean? Bernard Chandran will be doing something?
The designers of those days, from Carrie models and catwalk models.
Yeah, I know. But what? So they just showcase their...
So, people eating, then suddenly, a fashion show of baju kurung or alternative or whatever. So it was part of an annual dinner.
Oh, this one,
before your time, a little bit. Then they'd be like, oh, now Harith Iskandar. But people didn't know, number one, who I was. Number two, what I was doing. Because they'd be eating their dinner, then I'd be telling some funny stories. Then they laugh. Then they look. Then they laugh. Then they'd be asking each other, actually,
who's this guy?
Who's this fellow? And what's he doing?
Yeah.
Is he the new chairman? Is he the CEO? Is he our staff? So they'll come to me after the show.
Yeah.
Hey, your talk show very good. Your talk show very good.
English or Malay?
English. But they would call it talk show.
Because it was recorded.
No, it's a live dinner.
Okay, but
if you said stand-up comedy, the only people who understood stand-up comedy in 1990 to 1995 was those people who went overseas, been to US, been to London or something.
Wait, Seinfeld was already on that time, right?
Seinfeld was 95 or 6.
So Seinfeld
but
wasn't
Seinfeld
on, right?
was a show. Seinfeld was not stand-up
a lot of people didn't even know that he did stand-up.
Eddie Murphy was the first video I saw. A VHS Delirious and then Raw. So that was on VHS videotape. So I learned the craft from watching that.
Oh.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
So how about your background in education? Did you study abroad or were you studying locally?
I Sekolah Kebangsaan, Standard 1 to Form 5.
KL?
Same lah, we all KL.
VI.
St. John.
I know.
So you went and bought a VHS tape?
It wasn't even bought. It was someone had taped it, and then you share it among friends. That's how you did it those days, lah.
So your buddy showed you Delirious?
I remember going to my friend's house. We watched it, and we watched it again on repeat. So those times you used to watch porn first, lah.
Sure. Together with your friends?
No, you need two VHS please to actually record it both side by side, literally,
Let me ask you something. So I used to read Kampung Boy, Mud, right?
Bro, we did Lad the musical together, bro. Yeah, Harith.
I used to read Lad, and I remember they had those peak show shops,
Yeah.
They had that during your time.
Not my time.
Peep show?
Peep
Oh,
show.
Peep show. Yeah, Peep show.
In the 60s in KL, in Bukit Bintang, the famous one is Rose Stand, the strip artist. There were strip shows in Bukit Bintang in the 60s to the early 70s.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Yes.
That time Kumar was there as well. Yeah.
No, Kumar's not that old. 60s, we're talking before my
60s,
time. Yeah, there were strip shows. You can Google it. The most famous was Rose Chan.
Yes, Rose Chan. I heard about.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole later.
Oh, Ampang Park. Yeah.
So you know how in
how are we suddenly talking about strip shows now?
That's awesome. Yeah. Don't worry. I've got a lot more to ask. But anyways, So I heard somewhere that there used to. You know how in Western countries they have cinemas literally to air porn films.
Blue movies.
Yes. Did they have that here also? No. Just
Germany now also have, bro.
Yeah. But I heard someone told me before, they say last time Malaysia also got.
No.
Okay, strip shows.
Definitely. Because cinema was still controlled by Finas or Film Negara, whatever. So
isn't it still controlled by them?
Still is. But I remember as early as 1972, 73, films have always been censored in the cinema. Back those days. You didn't have any kissing scenes, no nudity. I'm not sure about the 60s, but maybe 70s, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know the censorship was so strong even back then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Take away from that, Rose Chan. Yeah.
I think I've got the name wrong, but anyway. Google, Rose.
Rose.
Malaysian strip artist, 1960s.
Rose Chan.
I got the feeling I got the name wrong.
Let me ask you,
okay.
during that first incident at the
Subang
Subang airport, was this after high school, university?
No, after university, I was already working. I worked in Leo Burnett Advertising.
Oh, I didn't know you had a corporate gig.
Yeah.
Bro, he was seeing McDonald's, bro. You know what he did? He owned a McDonald's ads. He's actually supervising it. Yeah, at the time.
How long did you spend in corporate?
89, 90, 91, 1992, maybe.
Couple of years.
About 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Okay, marketing.
It was advertising. I was more on the creative side.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So after the Subang airport gig and then that place you say after the...
No, so it was. I already had a job.
Yes.
I'm working. So this was my, nighttime. People were paying me a couple $100 to do this, and I just kept on doing it. Then I got more shows, and then at one point I suddenly realized, hey, wait a minute, I'm earning as much doing this part-time thing in 1 or 2 weeks than I am working the whole month in Leo Burnett. Do you know what I mean? Because they were paying me between 200 to 500. Then if I got 6 shows a month, that was already like 3,000 or whatever. Then I was like, hey, wait a minute, this is something. It's not just a part-time.
Sorry, how long did it take for you to reach that point where you realized like you could actually...
Well, no, okay. Here's the actual story. That those days you had to work through agents, remember? Because people couldn't contact you directly. You didn't have Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So there was every time a company did a dinner, they'll just hand it to an agent. So the agent will get the music machine, organize the fashion show, the magic show, the stand-up comedy. So the agents were giving me between, I would say, 200 to 500. Then this went on for about 3 years. Until one day, my friend Andrew Lessie from the Instant Cafe Theatre Group, was another comedy group, but they were a group, asked me, hey bro, how much you getting for these shows? I said, 200, 300, 500. And he was like, you stupid or what? I said, what do you mean? The agent was charging the client 2,005 for me and giving me 200 or 300 or 400. And I was like, why the hell is the client paying 2,005 for me? In my head, I'm like, I get on stage 30 minutes, I make people laugh, or $200, hey, awesome. Why is the client paying so much? Then Andrew explained to me, he was like, look, a company has a company. They got 1,000 staff. Every year they put aside 100 or 200,000 or 300,000 for annual dinner. It's for their staff. So that budget has been put aside, and that's the value because the staff look forward to this company dinner. So I'm looking at it as value of I'm on stage for 30 minutes. The company is looking at, is my 1,000 staff happy? As long as you leave them happy, the staff, I love to work for this company. So the value was, they were valuing it at not that 30 minutes, but for 1 year, you can imagine how much are they going to pay to entertain their staff. And that's why I suddenly realized, hey, wait a minute. So then I immediately raised my price from like 300 to about 2,000 at that time. And then at that time, I remember the agents were like, oh, you'll never get another job, lah. You crazy or what, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm still here.
So they came right back to you, is it?
They keep coming back, lah. Because
client demand.
I mean, David will tell you, lah. If the client calls you again for the second year, means you did something right, lah. If they call you back at the third year and they keep calling you back, then
you're good to go.
You got something, lah.
Yeah.
So over the years, I think I've probably covered every single company in Malaysia.
Yeah, definitely. I would imagine so. It's so different. You see, right, for today's comics, right, let's say a conventional stand-up comic today who wants to get into the industry, they go to open mic nights to polish their craft, sort of. What was the first place where people actually, there was a venue for comics to, polish their craft or try out material or...
That's a very good point. So I polished my craft on the job.
I got you.
I practiced on the job, lah. So that was my baptism of fire.
Baptism of fire.
But technically the first full-time comedy club that popped up was the Crackhouse by Rizal Van Gazel in Taman Tun. But before that, here's the history of what happened. So 1990, no internet. Internet came, I think, about 97, 98. And that time was Ethernet. Remember, you had to plug in to your phone. You either have the phone or you have the internet.
Yeah.
And you plug in.
Jaring
And I think you cannot use the phone, right, while you're
Yeah,
using
so you
internet.
plug in the internet, you can't use the phone. And then to download one photograph of a flower would take like 35 minutes, because you only downloaded photographs of flowers for all your kids watching out there. And then, so that was the way it was. And then they introduced broadband in 2005. I think broadband came to Malaysia in 2005. That's when YouTube became accessible. And when YouTube became accessible, the young kids, by young I mean the 19-year-olds of 2005, started watching YouTube, watching Def Jam comedy and all this comedy from the States. So then these young kids at that time started, would go to a bar and say, they did it in a bar, what's that bar in, it's a Spanish bar in Changkat.
La Bodega.
Cigar bar. Not La Bodega, another one. But anyway, Havana. They managed to get the upstairs there, and they were putting on these shows impromptu.
Yeah.
These young kids. Then these young kids, who of course never worked in a company, had never seen me perform, heard about this older guy who's been doing stand-up comedy.
This was 2005, right?
2005. They never seen me, unless they went to the actor studio where I perform once in a while.
But, sorry, I thought by 2005, you were already a household name. Like, you were the face
I was
of
household
comedy.
name
Jangan ketawa.
in terms of anybody who worked in a company, because they'd seen me live.
Oh, TV also, bro.
TV, and I didn't do stand-up comedy. I did Jangan Ketawa, I did TV shows.
Comedy sitcoms.
But I was
or-
not known as a stand-up comedian. I did sitcoms, not stand-up comedian. So then these young kids in 2005 heard about me or saw me on TV or saw me I performed a few theatre shows, Actor Studio, KL Pack, in those days, PJ,
Live Arts Center.
Live Arts.
Right now, too.
So, but, it's still those people who go out to live shows, theatre tickets, still $100, $80. So not many young kids go. They heard about me. I got a call from some of them. They said, hey, we're putting on a show at the Actor Studio. Can you come and watch us? So I came and watched, and that show included Kevin J and Andrew Neto, and they were just in college, out of college, 21 years old. So I saw them, and hey, wow, cool, you guys are doing stand-up comedy, great.
So you didn't even know that this shit was going on?
Not
until-
really.
Okay.
Not really. So then I, not to say mentored them, but, hey, that's cool, give them some advice, and then got to know them. So then that's how it all started. In fact, Rizal Van Gazel, this is an interesting story, he has a very hot sister.
What's her name?
Marissa.
Marissa is the sister.
Yeah.
Oh
Marissa
shit! I didn't know, bro.
Oh, you know Marissa Van Gazel.
So this is those
Oh,
days,
Now
2000s, 2000.
Oh, man.
So Marissa contacted me one day and said, hey, my kid brother really admires you, wants you to stand up comedy. Can you come and watch him? So I remember meeting Rizal Van Gazel. I think we sat across at a coffee shop, and he told me some of his bits, and I was like, hey, that's cool. So I gave him a chance to open for me at different shows.
Yeah.
What year was this?
This was before he went to the States. He was only about 18 years old.
He actually told this story also here. Yeah, I can remember now.
Then I said to him, bro, you got something. Then, now I'm going to go study in the States. So I said, when you're in the States, continue this.
Yeah.
Because you're in the States.
I don't think he did.
So
in the
he
States.
didn't.
He didn't.
He went there
yeah.
and he did his capoeira and... yeah. Because when he came back, so by the time he came back, the Kevin J's and the Andrew Netos had already started. And they were gaining a name for themselves. Then Rizal came back. And I was like, hey, Rizal, what happened? Oh, no, I'm not interested. Then he got back into the scene. And then he opened up the Crackhouse.
The Crackhouse was years later.
Yeah, years later.
I think 2000.
So that was the first full-time, 6 days a week comedy club.
the Joke Factory did that? I thought that
The
opened
Joke
earlier.
Factory came much later. The Joke Factory was 2018.
18. I was playing.
Crackhouse was about 2010, 11.
Who's the person at John Anderton? Is it? Yeah.
Jonathan Atherton was
passed away,
Australian,
right?
passed away. So he was organising a lot of shows in KL, but they would have to do proper venues. They would rent a venue and sell tickets and all. So the Crackhouse, the Crackhouse is like your souped up Purudua Kancil. So it's all, it's very smoky, a bit dirty and grungy. The Joke Factory was like your slightly upmarket Honda Accord BMW lah. So the audience was different.
Got you.
Crackhouse was people going there smoking legal cigarettes, just to let you know,
Okay.
and that kind of thing lah. So all that's like your growing hub, your hub base.
No, it was. It
Yeah,
really was.
It was. It's awesome place.
I had the opportunity to perform that. I don't even want to use the
In
word.
the comedy,
I don't want to use the word perform, but I tried open mic. Yeah, stand up 10 times. Right.
10 times?
Yes, 10 times. Okay, this was 3 years ago. Yeah, so I had the opportunity to do that there 10 times. So I kind of also understood like it was super essential for all the, especially new comics. Unfortunately, what happened in I think 2022, the whole Crackhouse incident, which led to it being closed up. But I heard Rizal and other comics all talk about it, and Rizal did actually a really good job. He did it
They
well.
did an amazing job.
Yeah, he flew in comics from other invested in other comics coming down, covered their accommodations, treat them well, paid them fairly, just to build the crowd and make a name for Crackhouse. So 8 years, I think it was running for 8 years, something like
Ran
that.
for about 8 years.
So when all that shit went down, right, it was very unfortunate. Yeah, the whole
Whole different story there.
yeah.
But comedians is like that. Most comedians are penniless and they don't have money. So when you get to know the comedians and let's say they come to Asia or something, they'll go. So all the comedians know all the comedians. So a comedian will contact Rizal or someone and say, "Hey, I'm coming to Singapore, Malaysia, Jakarta. Can I get on stage? Can you hook me up?"
Yeah.
And that's just how it worked lah. Even to this day.
Yeah.
Hong Kong. So the Masali comedians will do Asia, and then occasionally Malaysian comedians will go across to LA or Hong Kong or London, and can I get on stage? Over there it's much tougher. Over there it's because of, for
You mean
example,
in the Western world.
in LA itself. Okay, let's
Tell me about
say you got 2 comedy clubs in Malaysia. It's the same with Magic. In LA itself, imagine a city will have 12 to 30 comedy clubs.
Yes.
Each comedy show, they'll have 4 shows a night from 6 to 7, 7:30 to 8:30. Each show will feature between 15 to 20 comedians. So the comedian will perform at this club at 6:30 to 7, rush to this club and do the 9 o'clock show, rush to this club and do the 11 o'clock show, rush to this club and do the 1 a.m. show.
Yeah.
So on one night they'll run and do 4 or 5 shows.
Yeah.
And then there's 40, 50 comedians
Yeah.
in a city that maybe has 2,000 comedians all vying for a spot.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's competitive. It's like they'll very want to like, can I get 2 minutes? Can I get 3 minutes?
So in other words, right, this is what Rizal explained also. The Crackhouse was a luxury for all these new comics, stand-up comics trying to get into the industry. They have no idea how spoiled and privileged they are
Exactly.
to be learning about to be able to get into the industry in Malaysia. It's just way different compared to LA, or I would assume in UK it's very similar.
Similar in UK, LA is probably the worst, and
Yeah.
New York is similar
I
as well.
often hear comics from American comics. They talk about how they perform for just the organizer before, like in the open mic. There's no audience. They just perform for the organizer.
Yeah, it's you have to work hard just to get
stage.
earn the right to be on
stage.
stage. Not to get paid, just to be on stage.
Yeah. The comics over. I mean, at Crackhouse, if you were the headline of even just an open mic, you also get paid something.
Not much, couple hundred, but it's usually someone who's work their way up.
So it's actually really, really brief, man. Like since there's been a venue for people to be able to, like a clear path lah, for someone to get into stand-up comedy, 2013. So what actually were your thoughts, man, when the whole Crackhouse incident got down with Amy and Alex?
Oh, you remember the names?
I remember, I actually had Ashraf. Do you know Ashraf Kamal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched his special a couple of weeks ago. I was really impressed, man. Yeah, a young aspiring comic, done the podcast a few times.
Did you say expiring comic?
Yes, I did. Is that the wrong word? I think it is.
How many, you got to count how many times you use it the wrong way. You're cool, bro.
I'll cut it out.
Don't cut it out and leave it in.
Yeah. No, but David, you a fan actually of stand-up comedy?
Bro, I think I know the industry quite well, bro. Yeah, I used to open for comics.
Magic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So David, people who don't know, people now don't know that David was a full-time performer, man. He was everywhere.
I used to open my show too, bro.
They did open a couple of times.
Well, I've heard about David from David's perspective. Let's hear it from your perspective.
Oh, I got stories.
Because I'll be honest with you, David, when you remember the first time I invited you to, when I did the Warrior Plunge, right? Your new baby right now. And I said, hey man, let's do the podcast. And you told me you were a magician. I had no fucking clue, bro. I had no fucking clue who is David Lai. I swear, bro, I thought you was just... I don't know, I had this idea you did like kids' parties and stuff like that. No, because I did...
He does parties, that's for sure.
No, I thought like you performed for maybe 50, less than 100, you know, those type of things. I didn't know anything about Malaysian, the magic industry. Because you mentioned that every single show produced in Genting was by you, your production company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's as a producer. But before that, he was a performer. That's you work your way up, you know?
So I mean, when I was a producer, I was still performing.
How good is David?
How good is David?
Yeah, as a magician.
Okay, glad you clarified as a magician.
How good is David?
I've been... What was the first time we did the Hanatan tour? What year was that?
2008.
2008. So that's 2008, 2018.
What was this tour?
So, have you heard of the name Hanatan?
Of course.
Of course, really.
Yeah. Model is it back then or Miss
I see,
Universe?
not quite sure.
Not quite sure. I tried to be confident.
So Hanatan, bless her soul, she's still around, love her to death, was the hot chick.
Did you say bless her soul? She's still around. That's very funny, bro.
Because she has disappeared publicly, but if she watches this, props up to her. She was the hottest chick. There's no current equivalent of a Hannah Tan now.
There's no current equivalent. Bro, that time Hannah Tan had a poster of her on my room.
You had a poster?
Bro, I'm not kidding.
Bro, white bikini. Hi, Hannah.
No, yellow. Golden
was
bikini.
It yellow? Was it a
yellow?
gold?
Okay, there was a white bikini too. So she was on FHM. She was on Moto Trader.
FHM,
Moto Trader, FHM, and 17 magazine. That time, 17 magazine, FHM, and Maxim. She had three magazines. You go to the bookstore, popular bookstore, bro. It's all her. Really.
If they had Playboy in Malaysia, she would have been on as well.
Maybe not. But that time.
So she was the poster girl.
Yeah. So the question is.
But also one of the nicest people you could possibly meet.
Bro, the nicest.
Like, not even kidding.
So
like,
we went to do the tour.
Too nice.
Went to do the tour. You know what happened? So I was sleeping in it was G Hotel, Penang. We did a Penang tour in the Penang.
Yeah, we just said she's the nicest girl, and he starts off with, "I was sleeping in my hotel."
No, that time I was.
This story better end well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That time I was 19, 20. So we were all sleeping.
You're so fucking young, bro.
Okay, I think we need to give a bit of context here.
Yeah.
Hannah Tan organizes a tour around Malaysia to speak to students about alternative careers. Meaning, so she brought a magician, she brought a comedian, she brought a film actor, she brought a DJ,
Radio DJ,
musician. Because, students are like, oh, and become police, doctor, engineer. So we did this tour speaking to students about alternative careers. Yeah. So that's how we kind of got to know each other and bonded. First time I met David. And so therefore it was Penang, Kota Kinabalu,
Johor, Selangor, KL.
So that's why we're in a hotel. Now go, take it away.
So when we were in the hotel, doing it at Penang, me and Harith were sleeping different
Oh,
rooms.
no, we were
different
not.
Rooms, different rooms.
Just say it was nighttime, lah. Don't have to say it was.
No, actually, it was in the morning. Yeah. So
Okay.
when I woke up in the morning, you know what happened? There's a fucking handwritten note down my door. It's a postcard, you know. It's like the whole postcard is filled with words. Dear David, thank you very much for coming down to Penang and doing. Oh my god, bro! It cannot be her assistant doing it.
Yeah.
It has to be her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she'll take the time to do that kind of thing to thank everyone personally.
Did you had one as well?
Bro, I was crazy, bro. You know why not? To do that, you had to take the whole night to give because there were like 9 people. 9 people in a tour, you know. Srina C, Petro, Harith, Hans, Joey, Remy Hussein, Haina Tan, myself. 8 people in a tour.
Oh, yeah.
8 people in a tour. 8 people in a tour. And I learned now that time how to be a better person to people. Because all during my shows production, I'll actually write a note. But I can never write that long.
You mean after that you started to adopt that habit as well?
Yeah. Bro, she's like, when she goes, my man, that time I was staying in a terrace house with my family. So she came to the house. Yeah. Harith also came to my house one time before. She delivered chocolates. He came all the way to my house to deliver chocolates.
He?
Yeah.
Why? Valentine's. I don't know, man.
Birthday, I think it was.
I forgot why he delivered, but I remember he came to the house and delivered chocolates. Yeah.
David, was that you're 19, 20, right? That time? So that was definitely just the start of your...
So he was purely a performing professional magician. And so the reason I brought that up is because you asked me how good is David.
Yeah.
So from seeing him in that time in 2008 until today, I love magic. So I'm completely blown away each time.
Same, bro.
I enjoy the art. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the wow. And it's interesting to watch him handle different, because there's certain audiences that just go, wow. There's certain audiences who couldn't give a shit. Then there's certain audiences that try to prove you wrong. So as a magician, there will be that you say pick a card, they'll be like, no, I want to, and they'll try and screw you up.
Children.
No, adults. Adults. Kids are okay, right? You ask him, they'll try and spoil your performance.
Like hecklers?
Like a heckler.
Hecklers
So it's a magician's heckler is one of those people who don't do what you ask them, but try and overturn something. So it's how the magician maneuvers around that and pulls it back. It's like a comedy show, lah. If it's not going the way you want and they're giving you a negative vibe, how do you turn that around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of audience were you to magic?
I'm just like, yeah, well, I just love it. Number one, I don't want to know how it's done.
I'm similar in that way. After I'm blown away, if I'm speechless, I tell myself like, you know what, I don't want to know, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I want to see it again, and I still don't know.
Bro, you know who is now the magician?
Who?
His son.
No, you see, I wanted to bring up. So how have you performed for his son, or like does your son?
Bro, his son's birthday got magic show last time, bro.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for David to have a child. Then we'll see lah.
Okay, so this is a very straight up question lah. If you do have a kid and he's into magic, right? What's your take on that? Would you encourage him with full support, or how would you handle that?
Oh, bro, I'm gonna tell him. If you want to, whatever you like. If you want to make it into a passion, it's fucking hard. I gotta tell you that really. You better make sure. If you want to do something out of niche, you better work hard. You want a normal stress-free life, pick something everybody's doing. That's okay. Yeah. But if you wanted something in a niche, it's crazy hard, bro. Yeah.
Well, like anything, it takes hard work, but people don't see the hard work.
Yeah.
They see the moment of, they don't see you will practice that move 3 hours per day for a week or a month before you even dare try it out on an audience.
So I did the fog thing, which
bro, if you feel like doing any tricks, please feel free, man. I'm down to see it. Vishnu would love to see some.
Did your audience see him do anything?
We saw on Thursday. We saw a couple of tricks. But yeah, if you feel like anytime, bro, we're ready. We're ready, man.
But I mean, for the fork trick last time, you can actually, you can show the clip, whatever the fork trick last time when I do it to you, and you look at it.
Yeah.
It might seem so simple. Just a fork where it's breaking. The amount of repetitions that I had to do to actually get to that particular situation was ridiculous. Reason being is because I was put in a foreign country. There was no YouTube at the time. I was in Egypt.
Egypt, yeah.
There was no YouTube at the time. Yeah, Egypt, Algeria, Syria, Morocco, Marrakesh.
What were you doing in Egypt?
I was monopolizing the market. Yeah, there's no magicians there because it's illegal to be a magician if you're Muslim.
Really?
Haram.
Really?
Haram. So you go there.
It's not real, guys.
But no. If you are a Muslim in Egypt and you actually are a magician, they think that you're doing black magic. I'm not even kidding. So
maybe not now, maybe then.
Maybe not now. So companies do not hire Muslim magicians.
Really?
But
this is interesting.
Can I just defend them? If I saw the spoon trick back then, I wouldn't blame someone if they thought that you were doing black magic. You know what I'm saying?
So true, but you must understand how conservative that crowd was in Egypt. Yeah. You understand? With the hijab and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your audience were definitely Muslims as well.
Yes, my audience were Muslim, but to have a Muslim magician at the time, I didn't know. So I wonder why would they actually pick someone from Asia? So first thing, they didn't pick an American or white skin. Reason being is because it's more expensive. It's more expensive. So they pick an Asian country. Yeah.
The lower currency rate.
yeah, that's right. So it was pegged at 3.8 at the time. That time it was pegged at
what, Egyptian dollars to
USD.
Okay.
USD. Yeah, it was pegged at the time. So it was 3.8. So when an American or a UK guy comes in, or maybe a Middle East European guy came in, European guy can't speak English. Yeah, go there. Yeah. But I had French. So most of the Middle Eastern countries were colonized by France.
Oh, okay. Oh, it came in handy.
Algeria.
Yeah. So Algeria, Algiers, Morocco, Marrakesh. Yeah.
You told me you took those. You picked up French in uni. You had no idea about the Middle East, or did you? Was this something in your plans?
Okay, so when after university, I was doing that time in university, I was already doing magic. So I met Harith during that time already. But so the starting pay of a magician that time, 2005 max, you can go up to one show, corporate show, really high end company, $5,000.
Was that included? There's already deducted from, there's an agent that did it work that way as well? There's an agent that takes whatever she wants.
At my time, there were agents, but due to the fact that there was already the internet and there was already newspapers and so forth. Friendster, there was already Friendster at that time. So Friendster at the time, client could go direct.
Okay.
Client could go direct. But my fee was set up at about 355 already. Whatever agent plus up was different.
You're talking about in Egypt, right? Is it?
No, Malaysia.
Yeah. Malaysia first.
But ringgit.
That's honestly not bad, man, for when you first started already.
No, when I started off, it was $500 to $600. Okay. Then slowly, $500 to $600 for 30 minutes. Yeah, then slowly went up to 2.5. Then 2.5, I upped it up to about 4 max. At that time, at my standard, max 5. I couldn't go above 5. Yeah. So thinking about that, not every week you get a 5. Yeah, not every week you get a 5. You
get lowballed sometimes.
Not lowball, but sometimes it's close-up show.
What is a close-up show?
Stage, you go like stand-up comedy. Yeah. So you go on the stage. Audience would be about 500 seater, Genting Highlands, $5,000. Yeah. $5,000. Okay, 200 seater, $5,000. Wedding, pre-wedding ceremony or after the wedding ceremonies, guys seated down. Yeah, close up, intimate. Yeah, depending who the guest is. The guest is a billionaire son. Yeah, you're $5,000. guest is some crowd. Yeah, call you 1, 2, 1, 5. Already close up because they think that you're doing less effort. Yeah. So that time I will finish with it. I say, wow, how do I up my market? I can't. Every weekend is only max 1, 2 shows. You get lucky, you get 4 shows you can do. Why? 2 on the weekends. Nobody, very rarely corporate crowd, they have a show on the weekdays, man. It's super rare, right?
Those days, man.
At that point, right, when you were getting the gigs ready, this is probably, have you graduated from engineering?
I have not graduated.
So you were studying?
I was trying to study.
You're not a good student?
I was one of the smarter students, yeah.
You're a special person, I guess. I don't know. You're hardworking. Okay, you can do both things.
Bro, that time I was in university. I go back to KL. My university is in Perak. I go back to KL, do the show. I come back at the restway. I studied. Then after that, I drive back. At the rest stop.
He's a nerd.
He's that kind of guy. How about you, Harith?
No, not that kind.
So you were on the getting passes stuff like
I
that.
was just scraping through on personality.
I was scraping through on literally the passing marks, but my mama does not want to hear this story. So
You're
anyway,
from RMIT. You're from
RMIT.
RMIT, bro. Royal Military Institute of Technology.
Bro. Okay, so you see, people have this confusion. They think that because I'm from RMIT, Australia, that it's one of the better universities alongside with Monash University and Melbourne University.
And Curtin.
Sure. But RMIT and Monash and Melbourne Uni is very different. RMIT, I know because I've had friends from, let's say 20, 30 friends that I would compare our exams, and I could tell that Melbourne Uni, Monash University are way better. Yeah, so here's some tips, in case you want to send your
How do you
children.
compare? It's way better.
Way better.
Because the exam questions are harder.
Okay, this is real factor. Like, if you just want to scrape by and just want to pass, right? Oh, it's gonna sound so shitty to say this, but the whole term, let's say it's 12 weeks of studies, and you've got tutorial classes where they got some sort of a test, and then the tests were all assignments and all lead up to your final exam. The whole term, the whole 12 weeks, I probably got away with 20 hours of doing anything. 20 hours of just study, do my test for my final exams, or 20 hours, and I passed. Yeah.
Pass lah.
I passed.
Pass as in
60 maybe.
Children go through RMIT.
Bro, did money, bro. RMIT, yeah.
No, I don't know about I think the fees is definitely, it's not going to be so much cheaper compared to Monash, Melbourne, but yeah, the standard is different. It is different. In fact, if you're studying here locally in Monash, it's way harder, man. Yeah.
Of course, bro. Yeah. As I said, hey, bro, to get to RMIT, so just so you know, I wanted to go to Australia to study last time.
Yeah.
I want to go to Australia to study. I want to go overseas to study. Unfortunately, my parents didn't allow.
But in terms of grades, right? You had no problem, right?
In terms of grade, in terms of grade, yes. But the problem is like, if I went there, I could get a scholarship. But the living fees, I'm not sure whether I could take the risk to work and maintain the scholarship. That time I wasn't that crazy gung-ho yet to work and get the scholarship. You get what I mean? Yeah. So I could get my fees to study, I was paid for. But survival fees, not too sure. Yeah. But in Malaysia, at least I could. That time I already built the magic brand. Yeah. I could work. I still took up a scholarship in Malaysia, just so you know. Yeah, it was a scholarship.
Okay, I'm learning new things about you.
It was a Petronas scholarship.
Oh, hey man, why do people have this misconception that Petronas scholarships are only for Muslims or Malays?
Because my class only had 5 Chinese.
Yeah, but of course, but it's not limited lah. Maybe they just have a little a smaller quota for.
My class had 112 people.
Okay.
So yeah, there were only 5 Chinese.
The one you have to speak to Petronas.
Yeah. Okay. They only had 5 Chinese, 112 people.
Yeah, I know they do intake.
So now you understand the reason.
Yeah, but it's a much smaller. But I'm saying that a lot of people think that it's just strictly
because of what I just said. Yeah, because of the props.
Yeah, got you. I think this is I was thinking about this. So do you think that the reason why both of you guys turned out to be close buddies is because of the paths that you all chose in life, where there was literally no clear opportunities, right? You guys had to sort of create it yourself.
I don't think that's why we became good friends, but looking the way you put it, that's probably a unifying factor. But that's not, we didn't look at each other and go, wow, you did something that not many people do. Wow, you did something that not many people do. But we have this similar trajectory in terms of...
Oh man, we're enemies with a lot of people that pick different things, bro.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
I don't think so, bro. I think we're good buddies because we took time to understand each other.
Got you.
Jang.
Yeah.
Cue sentimental music.
Oh, there was one moment in the last podcast, right? that really hit me, man. When you talked about the performance you did, where the first and only time your parents did came to your show, right? And then you heard about it too. Yeah, came to your show, and then one of the trick involved like passing a note to your mom, and you found your mom. She kept it lah.
It wasn't a trick, bro. Yeah, it wasn't a trick.
It wasn't part of the trigger.
Why was it part of the trick when I want a note to be passed to my mom, bro? It was not a trick.
Sorry, I fucked it up, man. I'm sorry, guys.
It was a trick. So, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, the context is right. Feeling that so it was a Christmas show. It was a Christmas show, yeah. And then after that, Rick asked me to produce their Christmas special. So I produced their magical Christmas special. So my parents has never seen my production before. Neither have they seen any corporate show before. Neither they have seen any close-up stage show whatsoever. Because my parents are there, I'm very scared to perform.
Did they want to go before, but you just like said no because you're scared, or they never asked or what?
They never asked. They never asked, and I've never invited, and they never asked. I've never invited, and for me, none of my exes have seen my show.
Okay, that was a big jump. Parents to exes.
I mean, reason being is because people I he knows all my exes, so yeah.
Harith, what about?
No, but you work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's not like your parents will come there and sit there and watch it. Hey, you see my son making fries. See my son making fries.
Hey man, McDonald's is so different than magic.
No, but it's your work. It's your work.
It is.
Hey mom, I'm an accountant. Want to come by and watch me work? Wow, mom, see my son can do calculations. See, so good my son do.
But your late mom came to see your.
No, that's what I wanted
your
to
show. Yeah. This bugger. It's so his story.
No, but I never invite my mom. She
bought tickets herself.
She go buy ticket herself.
Because she had to see what's this all about.
No man, his mom was the biggest supporter.
My mom will buy tickets for my own show.
Yeah, really.
I didn't even know she's coming. I walk out on stage and my mom is sitting there.
Really?
How does that affect you?
No,
but
no,
you tell the dirty jokes now.
Huh? Why got all dirty jokes?
Only off air.
No, clean comedian.
Yeah, very.
No, but some of the jokes had some.
Bill Cosby.
You have to have some, bro. You have to have some sexual.
Just kidding.
Joke, right?
That's a different joke already.
Yeah. But so when your mom is in the crowd, do you control your jokes?
No.
No.
My mom loves it.
Bro,
all the stuff.
Just so you know, his mom is not Malaysian.
She was English.
Wait,
she was actually Malaysian. She actually came to Malaysia, became Malaysian
citizen. Came to
She's
Malaysian, but
So
she's English. Yeah.
So my mom asked me this question the other day. I was trying to take something from the fridge, right? And then my mom just like, is he a Malay? Then I like.
You were trying to take something from the fridge, but that's nothing to do with the story.
No, it's very.
I was trying to.
It's called storytelling.
Okay.
In a miniature form.
It's like if you said I'm trying to take out some pork, then my mom asked me, "Is Harith Malay?" Then there'll be some correlation.
Yes.
But you're just taking butter or something.
Taking some beer.
Okay. Same thing.
So out of the blue, I said, hey, Harith.
So when she said that, I looked at her like, yeah. Then I think, oh shit, I don't really know, man. So yeah, Harith.
Why? Okay, my question is, why did that question suddenly hit her?
I don't know. Oh no. She mentioned that because he does have this sort of look. And I'm like, huh? He does look. He does. No, but I don't. You don't look.
That's the worst.
Okay, why was she suddenly thinking of my look? That's we are unpeeling the onion here. Okay.
Bro.
Anyway,
I think she's just freaking out because Harith is coming. So she's thinking of crazy things, you know.
Bro, you're Chinese. He's Indian.
Yeah.
He's Malaysian. Yeah.
I'm Malaysian. I don't know about you, but I'm Malaysian.
I'm Malaysian
Cheers
too.
to that.
That's why he asked. But really, his mom, that's when he told the story, that's like, oh my god. I was like, hey, I would never have my mom in the crowd, bro. My mom seldom laughs, bro. Yeah.
Okay. No, but
his mom's a headmistress, so that'll give you a context.
yes, I wanted to say that.
Yeah, discipline teacher.
And from what my mom has told me about Asunta School last time, she said that very strict.
How come your mom knows? Because you told your mom that my mom is the Asunta.
No. This is just something the only thing I remember. Maybe it's not only her. No, don't you think people know about it? That they're very strict school. Because it's a girls' school, right? Is it?
Yes, it's a girls' school. I mean, St. John's is strict as well. St. John's is a Catholic school. No, not TTDI. not TTI, not the USJ 13, bro. It's all gangster school. Yeah.
Yeah. So it has to be true, you know.
She's strict.
That's why she cannot laugh.
No, very fierce because she's in that kind of habitual situation in so many years. So obviously, like that. So when she came to the show, she did come to the show, she came with my dad. She came with my grandmother.
Does your dad laugh often?
Oh, my dad! I've never seen him laugh, man. Yeah.
Oh, same also. Is he also a headmaster?
Oh, my dad was a former maths teacher who became the ketua pengarah in JKR.
What is JKR?
Jabatan Kerja Raya.
Jabatan Kerja Raya, fix the roads.
Okay.
You know, when you go on the signboard, you see JKR.
Sorry, I almost pretended, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, but yeah, I know now.
JKR is jangan kerja rajin. Jika kerja rajin, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, my dad was the former Chinese ketua pengarah at JKR, so he worked his way there. Government servant. Yeah. From maths teacher, slowly took his masters, took his did that. So very hardly small. Yeah. When they came to the show, my grandmother was there. So my grandmother has never seen a magic show.
My grandmother was there too.
Yeah, my grandmother has never seen a magic show before. Just so you know, never. Yeah, I've never seen a magic show before. Came there. Obviously, I put them front row. Yeah, wrong seats. Yeah, because front row they cannot see it.
Was it super distracting for you?
Huh?
Was it super?
I wasn't on the stage.
Huh?
Produced.
Oh, okay. So wait, but what about them seeing you perform? Also, never. Am I stupid or something, guys?
Only during family events.
Okay.
So last year, So when my granddad passed away, my mom's father passed away. Yeah. So we all went back. And then after that, all the cousins, nieces were there. Yeah. I'm the only grandson. I'm the only single grandson. Everybody else are girls. Yeah, all are girls. So we went back during the funeral, dinner, everything like that. Because my granddad passed away peacefully, and it was old age already, and it was very, 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 very rare for everyone to come back. Very super duper rare, because Australia, Canada, everybody just came back, a whole big crowd, and none of them everybody have heard about this nephew or this
David Lai.
uncle, the only person in the family to perform magic.
Maybe they've seen online before your videos. No.
Nothing similar, bro. Yeah, they've seen online or seen whatever. It's really not as you say, you've seen it online, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're teasing a lot about the magic. Maybe the audience want to see some. I'm kidding.
No, but you have clips of that, right? Yeah, you've clips, so you can actually put it. But the thing is that if online and real magic is just different, like
night and day.
You have experienced it. Yeah. Live comedy, being in a crowd where the momentum is there, the atmosphere is there. Wow, it just makes a huge ass difference, man, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. Unless the joke is super uniquely funny. Yeah. But that being said, during the funeral, finished already, every time. After that, they asked, the niece don't ask dad to ask me to perform. Yeah. So one of my uncles asked my mom, hey, David can perform for everybody and that.
At the funeral.
Funeral dinner, after the funeral dinner.
No, the funeral part, I'm like...
No, so why I say the funeral, because it was very unique. Yeah, it's the only time I actually performed after, but it was a happy occasion because my granddad wanted everybody to actually gather together. Would love. I mean, it's not common, at all. For everybody together. Yeah. Even for Chinese New Year, I never go there. Then after that, during that I performed for the very first time. Everybody was in black. Everybody wore black. Everybody wore black. Yeah. And they actually said, we didn't know how good you were.
Of course, man. If they knew, they would have said something earlier. Yeah, just like me as well when I invited you and I had no idea,
No, so I was very surprised because I was very surprised because that was family, Did you get what I mean? That was family. So that was the first magic show that my mom and dad actually saw.
So how was their reaction? They were stunned.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Well, what was the craziest reaction? So was it from the spoon trick? The fork trick.
The craziest reaction wasn't from the fork and spoon trick from my mom and dad, because my mom and dad seen my mom last time when I first started off. My mom want to whack me, man. All the fork and spoon in the home. No, really, I'm not. I swear to God, seriously, this is a true story. Last time my home had all the mama fork and spoon. We don't use expensive cutlery. Really, we don't use. I practiced with that. There were no forks and spoon left, you know. They were bended. This was before I knew how to. This was before I knew how to break. So the breaking part came much later. Prior to the practicing part was the bending.
Yeah, the bending.
After that, it went to the twisting. So it stopped at the twisting because I didn't know how to break. It was quite hard to break. The breaking part, if you ask anybody, is actually very, very hard to do, to get to the exact point. It's very hard to do. Really, really. Yeah.
I'm sure Harith knows the secret.
No, I don't.
No way! That's awesome, bro.
I never asked.
That's why I say that's awesome.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know too, man.
But that's why I realized I was never invited to dinner at his house. Parents very embarrassed because they give you this pork and food and you're like,
Well, actually,
can you use chopstick or not?
well, actually, it's halal. So the most impressive trick they saw, was the one where it's an educated trick where actually somebody thought of a movie star, and I got a movie. So I made a movie, and I got a name of the star that acted in it.
So you guessed it.
Yeah, something like the country.
So let me ask you, man, because you've seen those talk shows, or what do you call it? They call it like psychic shows, psychic shows and mentalists, people who fortune tellers also. I lump them in the same category. You know, sometimes in Malaysia, even sifus, you know, they can predict stuff or read your minds, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about all those, man? Like, do you think, is there any truth to any of that in your experience? Have you met anyone that you just cannot fucking explain how they did it?
But that's not what he does.
It's not. I just assume that you would have a probably a clearer perspective, having been really close to this industry.
So unfortunately, I studied mentalism and psychological subtleties and so-called mind reading. Unfortunately, why I say this, because I met some of the best in the world. We went to Vegas. I met Banachek. I met Osterline. Met hypnotists that are really world-class hypnotists, and met my mind readers and so forth. So when I see my fortune tellers, and I see people that are actually doing cold reads, I actually studied that. Books like cold reading from Ian Rowland, people that actually write about this kind of stuff, how to actually give subtle cues, how to actually make people think that you actually read. So what I do is mind reading, mentalism. But if I'm actually good with language, or actually want to have a perception of people thinking that I can read their mind and tell their fortunes, there's a fine line that I can actually do that. You get what I mean? Yeah. Let's say, for example, I got the word that I got the word that Vika's reading that day. Remember that Vika thought of the word?
No, bro, that's why I don't understand. Maybe you explain what was it that you did.
So he thought about a word from a book. After that, I knew the word that he was thinking about. Harith have seen this before. So I performed for, this was the trick I performed for Mahathir last time. Yeah. So if I took that, dominoed it with another effect that's strong. Yeah, for example, you know, a map. One place you're thinking about the world. I got.
You did that too.
I did that to you, right? Yeah, okay. I coupled that with another routine, and then go into fortune telling. And I read, hey, you've got hurt before by this certain ex who was actually younger than you, which is most probably a probability. And you're gonna say, hey, yeah, I did, but she's older. I mean, younger than you in mind. Whatever. Go on. And then, but you believe because of the first two foundational effect. You know what I mean? Yeah, really.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You could miss also, right?
But you still believe because the two effects was right. And the third, you get what I mean?
I mean, the initial for you could miss as well, but you just keep going until you hit something, is it?
I could actually purposely miss by a single alphabet. For example, if you're thinking about Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh, I could have said Hanoi. But it's so close. Just
purposely miss.
Just so that I don't get a perfect hit.
Why? Why would you do that?
A perfect hit would state that I am...
Looks like a trick.
Yeah, it's a trick. Yeah, it's a trick.
Other than a skill.
Yeah. So if I told you, if you're thinking of a number 78 and I got 77, oh my God, you'll be freaking out, man. You get what I mean? Yeah, do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're thinking about the 3-digit number and your number was 172 and I got 127, oh my gosh, you'll be like, what? You get what I mean? Yeah, you wouldn't say, no, you're wrong. You will never say, no, you're wrong. You will say, what? You get what I mean? Not close. What? Just what, yeah. And that's even a better effect than 177. Because when you get a perfect hit, audience will think that you saw the number, you got it somewhere, somebody whispered to you.
It's rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged. Yeah. So when you gotta think about it, you gotta think how to do it intellectually, and this is what I do for my routines. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I guess audience don't think about stuff like that, lah.
Never, because what? Not even performers. When you actually do something intellectual, when a person says, "Hey, I caught you,"
Yeah.
and if you tell them, "Oh my God, you're right," oh my God, you're right. Yeah. Can I try something? Can I try something new? Yeah. But hopefully this time, you tell me what you feel afterwards, and then you perform again. The fellow will interrupt because he caught you the first time, and like, shit, I just fucking ruined everybody's pleasure. You get me? Yeah. Yeah. You got to know how to handle. Other magicians, when they handle this, wow, they really screw up. Yeah.
For whatever that you are able to explain, or like, it's just a lot of it is, how do you do it? It's just reading cues.
Reading cues, reading cues and knowing a lot of general knowledge. I'll give you the example. Yeah. Really, yeah. So, for example, if you were to ask if you were to ask to write down an actor actress name, and a person writes down, let's say, Leonardo DiCaprio, so you don't know the actor actress name, person thinks about a movie, what movie do you think he'll think about?
Titanic.
No, that's right, Titanic. That's right, and you need to know Leo was made famous in Titanic. If you want to steer the movie to that direction, you must say, think about a movie that made that actor actress famous, and then you go there, right?
Yeah.
You get me now?
Yeah.
Some people, if you must know that it's the differentiator between Romeo and Juliet and Titanic, because some people will actually think about Romeo and Juliet because Romeo and Juliet was the first.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You must think, is it a classic story? Yeah. Then you gotta go. There is death. Both deals with death, but you gotta move it around the Titanic. Yeah. So I've done this many times before. So you really got to actually know. For example, Samuel L. Jackson. Think about a movie that actually made him or her famous. You already know that person is thinking about Samuel L. Jackson, but to guess the thought in the mind, what movie do you think Samuel L. Jackson made him famous? Pulp Fiction.
See, I'm
Pulp Fiction. You see.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
But then I was thinking, people don't know that.
The thing that came to mind was Snakes on the Plane, but I know that's super
That's
new school.
No, bro, that's the last movie I was there thinking of.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah, but this kind
Did it involve snakes and a plane?
Yes, you didn't watch it.
but
Wasn't it rated one of the worst movies ever or something?
I like stuff like that. Yeah, it's badly rated, but it was entertaining.
but this kind of knowledge on the stage, and if you do this kind of routine on the stage, it's so crazy. And I do this routine on the stage. Yeah.
Okay, see, you tried to explain, right? But I still don't get it, man.
Don't.
Right? Don't. It's okay. I don't want to.
Do you want to know?
Just the example of you thinking of the country, thinking about a place, you have to know the capital.
Uh-huh.
Right, you don't know the capital. Yeah, it's just like that. If you don't know the capital, you're screwed up. For example, think about the country. Iceland. You know what's the capital of Iceland, right?
You know?
Reykjavik.
I knew it.
Reykjavik. Yeah.
Did you know?
Anyway, I didn't want to spoil the trick.
Yeah. But really, if you don't know that, is that okay? From 1 to 10, from 1 to 10, think about a number. You hit it at 7. 1 to 10, you think about a number, and here is 7. That's how you influence the person. You get what I mean? Think about a number between 1 to 10. 7, it's here, and the person will say 7.
Wait, no, but why? Because you did.
Think of a number between 1 to 10, and you hit at 7 right here. Yeah. And the person will think at 7.
Why? Why would the person think 7? I'm sorry, man.
I'll show you. Do you have a pen and paper? I'll show you how to control pen.
Because
and
I
paper.
was thinking about 7, man. What the fuck?
So you were thinking about 7, and
am I so basic or am I
No,
so
you're a human being, bro.
simpleton?
no, that's actually how you actually hit it, bro. Yeah. That's great. It's okay. That's alright. Yeah. Cool. So I'll show you something, but be a nice audience, right? Yeah.
I'm always a nice audience.
No, you're not really.
Fuck.
You're nicest.
Yes.
Okay. So let's do this. Yeah. Very very simple, and I'll show you how it's done.
Okay.
I'll show you how it's done because it'll make sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's quite intellectual. I want you to imagine this. Let's use coins. Yeah. For those of you not familiar with coins, you're too young to see this. Now there are not many coins. Just so
You're right.
It's very hard to find a coin. Yeah.
Okay.
Those days I was spending coins.
Yeah. Do you need a coin now?
No. Those days I was spending coins. These days I can't even find coins. If I take coins, people think it's a trick.
Yeah, it's a trick coin now.
Yeah, people think it's a trick coin. That day I had to ask for his 50 cents. He had to take on 50 cents out of his room. It's really crazy. Yeah. So now I want you to imagine this is a 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents.
Okay, 10,
20, 50.
Yeah.
With your right hand, pick one. Right hand, pick one quickly.
Do I show you, right?
Doesn't matter, just pick one. It doesn't matter. Alright, Richard, which one do you pick? 20 cents. Alright. Throw it up. Catch it. Okay, open your hand. Do you see the 20 or the flower?
The 20?
The 20. Heads up lah. Yeah, 20. Heads up. Yeah. 20 cents is heads up. True? Now, he could have picked any coin. You pick the 20.
Yeah.
And you could have seen the heads or tails, which is the heads up. 20 is heads up, flower stays down.
Yes.
I want you to take the paper and show the camera. What does it say? Go ahead. You can read it out.
20 cents face up.
Face up. Yep, that's right. And that's what you did.
See, he smiled. Because he's impressed.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
You know, but okay.
This was not a setup. Just so you know, this was not a setup. Yeah.
No, of course it's not a setup. It was as open as it is, but you know what? I can roughly. I guess I can. I don't know. I can't, man. Because maybe it helps that you're super good at mathematics or something like that, or probabilities.
Nothing to do with mathematics.
Not a.
What? 20 plus 10 plus 8 plus 50 is 80 cents. Just so you
I mean,
80 cents.
You said to me be a good audience, but how could I have been a bad audience for this? You know, I just gave you my thought, and yeah, it came up now, guys.
No, the cue was to actually tell that to be a good audience. The cue to actually do that was to be a good audience. So you can actually predict a lot of stuff like that. So simple stuff like this you can actually do, but to do it to perfection is very hard.
To minimize that failure rate.
No, not to minimize. It's an absolute hit. I'm going to tell you that with me writing that down and putting the paper right in front of you, it has to be an absolute hit. Or not, I have to take the paper away and throw it away. You get what I mean? Yeah. Unless they were one paper here, one paper under the cup, and one paper under my shirt. Then yes, I say, hey, look here. Yeah, that's called an out. But to have me write it down in front of the camera and put the paper right down right here, yeah.
And to challenge the audience.
No. It's not general. It's to show that it's a clear prediction without any outs. Yeah. There's another way of doing this, which is me taking the paper and me hiding the top part where I have two predictions, or me hiding the bottom part where I have two predictions like that. Yeah, means down here maybe 50 cents hits down, or up there is 20 cents hits up. You get what I mean? And showing the camera like this. But that is no way to hide a prediction if I have a full write down. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Do you understand actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Means there's multiple.
I've seen different ways this is done, and I understand what an out means.
A question that will make me feel better. Did you understand on the first explanation? No, right?
Oh no, because I understand the terms.
I also understand the terms, but I still don't get how you fucking got it right.
Oh, how he did it? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll teach you better. I'll teach you off camera. So
no, that's alright.
Yeah, but so that the audience understands, so it's already to teach you. So it took a lot of effort to do that. Yeah, I'll show it to you. Why? A very fast one. 10, 20, 50.
Yes.
Yeah, I said take one in your right hand.
Yeah.
And obviously you're right-handed. You take the 20.
Oh. Okay. If my left hand, I might take this.
That's right. Yeah. But you might take the 50.
So you already knew I was right-handed.
I knew you're right-handed already.
You asked me that before. I can't remember when.
I did. Yeah, I did. So
fucker, he's dangerous, guys.
So 10, 20, 50. I said take one right hand quickly.
Yeah.
And then when you followed my cue quickly, when I said quickly, you took the 20 cents. Yeah. So when you throw it up there, you open your hand. What do you see? 20 or flower. I never say heads up. I never say heads down. I didn't say that. Yeah. I didn't say heads up, heads down. I said, do you see the 20 or a flower?
Yes.
Yeah. So most likely you don't even remember what the back of the 20 cents coin is. It's actually last time was actually
it's the present thing, is it?
Last time was the Parliament
building.
Last time was the Parliament building. After that it changed to the Buku Negara. Yeah, just so you know, it changed to the Buku Negara. Yeah. So very okay. The 50 cents is the note. Yeah, that's it's the note picture the guy. But for 20 cents is the flower Buku Negara recently. Previously it's the Parliament. Yeah. So when I said flower, 20 cents or flower?
Or flower. I don't even know what it is.
You don't even know what it is for a person like you. Yeah. Most likely you say.
So now can you define what is a person like me?
Most likely you go to flower 20 cents because you cannot imagine the flower. You open, you don't know what the flower is.
You're more likely to remember 20
Of
than what's
course.
on the other side.
Like, you cannot. You don't even remember, but you sound stupid.
I really don't. I have no clue.
That's right. So you say 20. When you say 20, there is still some hard audience where they say flowers. Very, very small percentage.
Yeah, of course.
So it's heads up. And then they think the flowers heads up, the 20 cents is heads down. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, they don't know about that part. They
They don't know who is head, what is heads, what is tails. Yeah. What's his heads, what is tails? Only in the American quarter or American quarter, yeah, okay, $50, it's use heads or tails. Why? It's the heads. You get what I mean? It's the heads of the heads George Washington. Yeah.
Okay. A whole lot of layers and layers to the mind
But
game.
you understand right now, right?
I do.
Yeah. So you see when you open the hand, you see 20 on the flower. You say 20, and that is the face up or heads up. 20 cents, heads up. Boom.
Okay.
If you don't have paper, what you do? Send a text to the person in the handphone. Don't open your text yet. Put your handphone right there.
And the wow factor is also insane.
Because you don't have pen and paper. Not everybody's a pen and paper right now. Take a handphone, send a text right now. Don't open your text. I have sent a text right there. Out of the cuff.
Motherfucker, if you did this to any girl in the bar, you know.
You can see he's already going to try that.
I'm not good enough, man. Trust me. Maybe after some practice I can get there.
That's funny.
But yeah, if you do that shit to someone in the bar, yeah, you're getting that number though.
Because I need to send a text. Of course I get a number, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to send a text. That's why I get a number.
Yeah, that's also part of the trick, the safety net. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, both you guys, okay, in this line, this industry where it is nowhere near conventional, right? And as you mentioned, a lot of practice takes place. It's people don't see that often, right? Lots of repetitions, practice in the silence. But apart from that, right, what else do you think it takes personality-wise from a person? Because I look at you, I don't think you're like most people are. David,
why?
Yeah.
Why am not like most
Harith also, I don't know too well yet, but I don't know, man. But what do you think it takes for someone to be successful? That's what I want to ask, to be successful in pursuing their passion, especially in a field super unconventional.
Okay. Successful or good? Because there are a lot of good people who are not successful.
You're right. Actually, that's true.
And there's a lot of people who became success where people who know the art will go, they're not that great, but they're very successful.
They know how to make money with the profession.
Okay. So I know a lot of great comedians. Probably the best comedians I know are not famous at all. If I mention their name to you, you will have no idea who they are.
Because the jokes
Holy
are good.
shit.
Or
Malaysian,
what?
is it?
No,
No, because the jokes are good.
So a friend of mine, his name is Paul Agata. To me, he's one of the best. Jonathan Atherton was one of the best comedians ever. Nobody knows him.
In the international level, no one
So
knows.
because he's just one of those people who's great at his craft, but with no idea on how to scale and make a success. If you define success by money and riches, then not successful. But in terms of being good, the best. And then people will go, oh, Russell Peters, da, da, da. To me, Russell Peters is nowhere near the best. I wouldn't say he's great. I wouldn't say he's good. I wouldn't say he's great. But what a success he is. See what I mean? So what does it take to be successful and what does it take to be good is sometimes not on the same table.
I think he means successful, bro. Yeah. I think he means successful.
Successful.
David, do you want to answer it?
Successful.
Yeah.
Not good,
Sure, you can define it as well.
No, good. I mean, it's just precision in magic is very hard to achieve, bro. You get what I mean? Especially with cards, yeah. To be very frank with you, I'm nowhere near the best card players in the world.
Okay, let's get into cards after this, but yeah.
Bro, nowhere near. I'm not going to tell you that. But the problem is I mix with a world champion.
So world champion card players or trick magicians?
Card players, bro. I work with a world champion. That's the real skilled world champion. So,
do you say Shin Lim?
Yeah, Shin Lim.
Shin Lim he's a card player. I thought he's a magician.
Bro, he's formerly
Poker,
he was
is
the
it?
world card magic champion, FISM card magic champion previously. Then he actually went to become America Got Talent magician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, but are you talking about playing card games like poker and all? No, right?
The thing is, I also know poker players, but I'm talking about how to actually
Card magicians.
Card magicians, yeah.
Yeah. Because right, bro. Okay, so this one also I wanted to ask the last podcast. I forgot, man. You were in that. You were in Genting for a long time, 10 years, right? Did you? You know, people can be really good with cards, like sleight of hand stuff. Marked decks, right? A marked deck is a deck where you can tell what the card is from behind of the card, and there's small cues where you can actually tell what this card is just looking from the behind. Have you ever witnessed like people doing this to hustle the casino or hustle any
You
in-house
can't-
games?
Here's my understanding. You can't hustle the casino.
Yeah.
The casino can hustle you because the deck, it's in their control. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
So if we're at a private table and you have a card hustler, there's a possibility he can hustle you. But if that card hustler is sitting at the casino, I doubt this, because the cards are all in the casino's hands. He can't affect a sleight of hand because he's got no control of the cards.
And you can't count the cards as well because there's too many decks. Is it?
You
in
can
shuffle?
well, there are card counters, but that's why casinos sometimes play with 9 decks one shot.
Oh, 9 is too much to count now.
6, 5,
Six or five.
6 is already.
But from my understanding, like casinos can quickly identify card counters and all, and then especially in places like Vegas and all, then their name gets around, and then they get not allowed to go into certain casinos because they are
get blacklisted.
Not because they're cheating, but because they're just so good.
Oh, so something interesting. Dana White, the president of UFC, he got banned from the Palms Casino in Vegas because he was just winning a lot of money.
Yeah,
Not because he was caught cheating, or I don't even think they were suspicious of him cheating, but he was just killing it that night, and they just banned him. Yeah. So casinos can do that.
Of course, yeah, you're playing at
It's
the
your
venue.
private. It's your private venue.
Yeah, of course, yes.
I can allow who I want.
They don't care
I'm
if
not
you're
a
playing
public
fair.
I've seen so many. Yeah.
So many what people get banned. From?
Yeah, bro. I'm in the casino line for so long.
So those people were not cheating or anything. They just were winning, so they banned them.
No, not ban. Asked them to stop playing. Wouldn't ban. I stopped playing for that night.
Oh,
Yeah, really.
okay. I guess in the real world, it's called like being a sore loser.
No, casino is a casino. It's a business.
And you can actually ask to stop the person from eating, or stop the person from playing. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean, I'm thinking about a restaurant business whether you can actually prevent a rude guest from actually dining in.
Yeah.
If the guest actually brought outside food to come in, you can actually stop the person from. What do you think about right? Yeah. You get what I mean? Yeah. So you can actually stop the person from eating in your own restaurant even. Yeah.
Even though he paid or also.
Yeah, you can actually
you
stop
can.
the person really. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah. So you've never seen any buddies that successfully did stuff like that to they hustle. They're just the game.
So I actually ran a poker place myself, unfortunately, and due to that, there was a lot of precautions taken due to the fact that if you run a poker place,
Precautions on your end.
my end and also players' end, because why? There's a lot of ways to cheat, and the good thing is that I actually had a lot of experience in cards, especially marked decks. From marked decks all the way from contact lenses, wearing your contact lenses and seeing decks are marked with UV lights. Contact lenses are worn in. After that, contact lenses actually filter the UV lights. You can see every single card from the back, what cards they are.
That's mad, dude.
So they actually sell that, by the way, just so you know. Yeah.
And the shops, you can just purchase it in the shops.
Not for the shops.
Or online,
through, not online, but you're gonna know where to find it. Unfortunately, really quite hard to find it. Why? Because some contact lenses are actually toxic, and you when you put in your eyes, you actually get really bad
You might not be able to see.
contact device. So actually, when you actually wear it, you can actually see the whole markings at the back of the card. The card's big. It's marked really big. Because for markings on a small angle, when the dealer deals it, when the dealer deals it, you must understand, to know your own card is useless. But to read, you need to know other people's cards. From this distance from there, to look at the marking is super hard. Even if they're marked.
It is, yeah. I
Even if
would
they're marked
imagine
from that
it is.
distance, anything above 0.5, 50 centimeters, 100 is 1 meter. Anything above that, your eyes need to be perfect. Really. Yeah. So for markings, at the back of the deck, there's a lot of ways to mark. Really, so many versions. There was a Boris Wall marking deck. There's a lot there's a lot of ways to mark. Yeah.
But how do you catch the person that you know that the deck is marked?
So here's a question: Who marks?
House.
But why would the house mark?
House plants a player.
Oh.
House plants a player inside.
To win.
Obviously.
Interesting.
No. I was hearing David Blaine talking about this, right? His experience in all this house games or whatever, in-house games. He says that all the time actually, the person that is using the marked deck and cheating never wins. He loses to the
biggest pot.
Yes.
Totally. That's exactly what houses
Psychology.
do. So houses loses to the biggest pot until the fish, not the fish, or rather the biggest winner, gets a pocket ace. Or pocket kings or pocket queens. Yeah.
A big hand.
Deck appears, a trips. Yes. Problem is that guys gets a flush. How do you back down, bro? You get what I mean? Yeah. How do you get down? How do you back down? You can see a pocket ace. And this guy throws in everything he got from the start.
Plays in all in.
Yeah, all in.
And you know that he gets a pocket ace because of the mark. You see what I see? Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's fishing.
Bravado, bro. You wait for the pocket ace. How can he not back down? Yeah.
Oh, how can he not
back down? Yeah.
How can he back down?
How can he back down?
He will stay in.
How can he back down?
Yeah, he has to take it.
He has to take it, and you lose at reasonable pots. You get what I mean? At reasonable pots with reasonable throws.
Yeah.
You're not
understand.
So hence that at pocket ace or pocket queens, or doesn't matter at the trips, or you lose to a flush. Oh my god.
Yeah, so the other players would not be suspicious at all.
Why? It's the flush to a trips, bro. Yeah, it's quite crazy, bro. Yeah. Yeah, you get what I mean? It's a flush to a trip. Who it's just bad luck. People think it's bad luck.
So have you observed someone do that shit and then you know that they're doing that shit, and how do you even know?
No, bro. If it's a mark that is different. So I've been in quite a dodgy, because I'm in the card games.
Yeah, understand.
Very, very, very crazy. Yeah. So if a dealer doesn't have the mark, also a dealer can actually do a lot of deals to actually change the cards. Yeah. A lot of ways. There's even pip marking, PIP. Pip marking meaning that they use the nails. The game is played. You know why the deck always need to be changed after about 6, 10 rounds? It's because players who get the ace pip the deck with the nails. Yeah. Pip the decks.
Oh yeah. Oh dear.
Pip the decks with the nails. Yeah. And you can actually
to alter it slightly. Yeah.
If you're good enough, there's 2 ways of pip it. Pipping it at the top or pipping it at the side, right here. So this is an ace, this is a 2, this is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that.
Yeah.
So the pip on either end has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So looking at that, looking at people, they already know. You even know you need 1 card, there's no 1 card. So when you pip it at the sides, you know that this is a 7, pop. You look around. Because cards are always flushed down right here first. And every time when you get a card, you get a 2. Okay, pip the 2 first. Yeah, 7 to pip 7. Pip the 2. So the whole deck is already marked in about maybe 3 orbits or 4 orbits, depending.
Oh, that is really high level.
But you understand what I mean, right?
Yeah, no, I
understand. This one you understand.
This super high level stuff, man.
So this is actually not improv or bullshit. This is something that actually it makes total sense of how people do it. Yeah.
Something I thought of just now when you were explaining, like good. There are a lot of comics that are great, but they're not successful. So I was listening to David Blaine on Logan Paul's podcast, right? Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they are really popular young generation YouTubers. So on the podcast, right, Logan Paul addressed David Blaine like the greatest magician in the world, and David Blaine stopped him. He said like, I think I already told you right before this podcast that the greatest magician in the world is in this room, but it's not me. And this is someone that no one would ever, no one knows of, so it's someone that is actually very close to David, maybe it's his manager or whatever, I don't know. but he was just explaining like is these people they never they maybe they didn't even want to pursue that as a career or what, but he just says like those people are greater magicians than himself.
Your question was just now, what makes a comic successful?
What is it apart from practicing the craft that would make someone be successful?
Practicing makes you good, true. Yeah, but what makes you successful?
Like any business, it's a different combination of knowledge, drive, desire, goal setting. It's what makes a good business person.
Okay, like anything.
Like anything.
What makes you a successful comic, though? Yeah. Or stand up.
Well, the whole like the works. I mean, you look at Kevin Hart or Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle. See, acknowledged. I would say Dave Chappelle is not. So Dave Chappelle is one of the greatest, but success-wise, he's successful. But he's the type that, if you know his history, he walked away from a $50 million deal with the TV company because he didn't feel good about what they wanted him to do. So whereas another comedian may have just gone, yeah, I'll do it for 50 million, and then taken that 50 million and made it into 200 million, 250 million. See what I mean? So it's it's a combination plus a whole lot of luck. I think a whole lot of luck is.
Luck.
So what do you know why Russell Peters became big? Because of that 40-minute clip that was YouTube that was released, but apparently not meant to be released. Someone's going to get hurt.
Of course.
And at that time, it was sacrilegious for a whole comedy special to be released. It was like, do you remember when Metallica went up against the first music streaming service?
I can't remember.
Before Spotify, there was a
the
streaming service called, and your viewers will know this.
Streaming service, what?
The first one.
No, I remember.
And they were music sharing
Napster,
service.
is it?
Napster. So Napster started it by, hey, you put your music here, you put your music here, and then you can borrow his music and you can listen to his music.
Yeah.
So Metallica made a stand, took them to court because they were giving away music for free.
Yes.
And that was what, maybe 12 years ago?
Look
Where we are now. Now, music is free.
It is free.
Spotify, whatever, music is free. But at that time, it was like sacrilegious. So the reason I bring that story up is when that Russell Peters clip came out, to the comedians, it was like, oh my God, why is he... it's on YouTube.
It's free. Yeah.
Oh my God, his career's ended. He'll never have another show in his life. But what happened was, because it was 45 minutes, and it was free and it was good, immediately 20 million people across the world knew him because there are 20 million, there's millions of Indians everywhere. So immediately he could go perform in any country in the world because every Indian in that country, from Canada to London to Malaysia to Kenya, knew who he was. He went from zero to hero.
He was also sort of the first Asian stand-up comic that got really popular.
Well, because of that. Yeah. And dude, I thought it was hilarious because as an Asian, every Asian gets beat by their parents. Yeah. White people were like, what was that? What's that?
They still think it's hilarious.
They think it's hilarious, but it didn't happen to them. But every Chinese, every Malay, every Indian got hit by their parents. So that was the calling card to us. Suddenly, this Canadian comedian can come to Malaysia, and I'm going to go watch him because his father beat him up.
Okay. Yeah, I remember watching that on repeat many times. So.
The reason he went from zero to hero, successful, $1 million a show. But as a comedian, I would place many people above him. But he's definitely at that time the most successful. Okay. So what made him successful? He managed a bit of luck, but managed to tap into the flow, whatever was happening at the time.
Well, I always think that like stand-up comedy, right? It's very individual. Like the preference, it is super. I sometimes I give this example, right? Like it could be this person telling this joke on stage and you didn't find it funny, and then it could be another person from different ethnicity, maybe a black guy telling the same joke, maybe a little differently, and you could like it.
I wouldn't say that you would hear the same joke. I would say that so again, let me give an example. It's got to be authentic to that comedian. So Prakash Daniel can tell a joke about being an Indian and growing up in an Indian family. I could tell a joke about my Indian friend growing up in an Indian family, but Prakash will definitely be funny here because it was authentic to him. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's got to be authentic to that person. It's not the same joke. Okay, I actually heard a comedian telling the same joke as me, and I know he didn't steal it from me. It was a premise that any comedian can notice.
Okay. Oh.
And make a joke out of it.
So it was by coincidence.
By coincidence.
Okay.
But when I heard him do it, I know for a fact that mine was funnier, the way I told it was funnier. But as a result of him doing it, I stopped telling that joke because I didn't want someone who saw him and then suddenly saw me and go, hey, Harith telling the same joke as that flirt.
No, but it's funny that you would think that way, but wouldn't audience think that he took it from you?
Depends who saw who first.
Yeah, really. But
you're talking about recent times or a long time ago?
Quite recent.
Yeah, but so I thought most comics were...
Well, no, I only stopped telling it because I'm like, because I'm not so precious with this joke.
Okay.
It's not like,
You can have it.
He can have it. Not say he can have it. He took the same premise, kind of told it in the same way, but not as funny as I thought. Now I just thought to myself, okay, I don't need to tell this joke in case someone has seen him do it.
So I want to ask you. So, and did you find? I'm sure you did, but you found out people. Did you find people taking your lines out your stand up?
Okay, so I don't know how it works in magic, but in comedy it is religiously sacrilegious for you to steal jokes. Yeah. In America, you'd almost get physically beat up. If a comedian saw you doing someone else's joke, they will physically beat you up. Because it is a no, it's just a no. So there are some comedians who do that, who then all the other comedians will shun. They call it a hack. So those hack comedians will get plenty of jobs in normal corporate style places because those corporate audiences don't go to comedy clubs.
Definitely.
So it was rumored, and I have no proof of this, that Robin Williams did that.
Yeah, this was the conspiracy going around.
The among the comedians of those days, when they're all performing and they see Robin Williams coming to the club, some of them would refuse to perform because he had the reputation of coming in, doing his bit, and then somehow appearing somewhere else, doing a bit that he might have heard that night.
Yeah.
Now, if enough people have told the story, then maybe there's a truth to it.
But also, like, people, they try to refrain from talking about it because they don't want to stain his legendary career.
But let me put it this way. I would suggest that Robin Williams probably told it better just because of his pure comedic ability, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He may have taken a premise, just tweaked it a bit and made a bit better.
The execution.
Now, is it stealing? It's like music. Now people will say, hey, this song... Recently, Pharrell was taken to court for... it happens in America a lot that you stole... plagiarism and all. But, in comedy it's a bit harder. So if you do a joke about Rosma, what comedian in Malaysia has not done a joke about Rosma?
Good.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I actually say to comedians, don't do a joke about Rosma and her hair because it's an easy out.
Don't do a comedy about Rosma in her
hair.
Everyone made jokes about her hair. But
a lot of things too about her.
That's an easy out. It's a hack joke. Everyone, no matter how you tell it, people already laugh without even a joke. Like you just laughed. I said Rosma, you laugh. You see what I mean?
Same.
So it's just like be smart, catch the audience off guard where they're not expecting you to laugh, and suddenly you said something that made them laugh.
So did you catch anybody stealing a joke?
Yes.
Oh, you did then? That's not sacrilegious.
No, I then confronted them.
Damn.
No, this is a different occasion than the one you were talking
This is some years back.
Damn.
So someone told to me, hey Harith, because I've been doing corporate shows for so long, someone told me that, hey, we had this comedian come to our corporate show and he did your bit.
Which joke is it? Which don't tell the comedian, but which joke was it? Yeah.
It was a radio DJ bit, which I've been doing for a long time.
Yeah.
The radio DJ who repeats himself. Back in the day, the Malay radio DJs always repeated himself. Yeah, apa khabar semua, apa khabar? Yes. Selamat pagi, yeah. Kuala Lumpur jam, Kuala Lumpur jam. Kuala Lumpur jam. Kalampang jam. So it's an easy joke and but it had a punchline.
Got you.
Then someone told me, because they'd seen me at the corporate show, and then 2 years later, this comedian got on stage and told a very similar style.
Corporate is it?
Young, I mean, the beginning in career or really?
Beginning
career, okay lah.
So I just had a word with that person and said, listen, oh no, I didn't steal it. I said, whether you did or didn't, which I know you did.
Didn't admit.
I'm just telling you that I've done this joke 5 years ago. People have heard it, and when you tell it, in case someone had heard it from me, they're going to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if you say that you didn't take it from me, someone may think you did. Just to let you know.
It's not a good look for you.
It's not a good look for you, lah.
Text or call?
Huh?
Text or call?
I called.
Call lah, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because I knew this comedian.
Huh?
I knew the comedian.
Oh, you knew the comedian.
Yeah.
Sort of like a buddy also.
I go, oh yeah, a friend, you know.
Yeah, well, nice of you not to name names right now.
No.
Because it's early in the career. Now, so I recognize this because I, at the beginning, stole from Eddie Murphy. Stealing in the sense that, if you remember Eddie Murphy's Delirious, the drunk auntie gets so drunk and she falls, goody goo goo, and she falls down the stairs, screaming and shouting as she falls down the stairs. Goody goo goo.
You actually copied the.
So I remember watching this in 1990 until 1989.
Yeah.
And then I remember I would do this story of Malay movie. What happens? They sing love song. Chinese movie, they fight. Then the Indian movie, the two twin brothers separated at birth. One becomes a gangster, one becomes a policeman, and they eventually meet in a house and they fight. And their birthright mother, who's now 80 years old, is at the top of the stairs, and she gets so upset she falls down the stairs, and she goes. So, yes. Because that stuck in my mind, falling down the stairs, like screaming and shouting. But in the Indian movie, it actually happens. You know, so I won't say that I was not influenced. I was influenced by the idea of this drunk.
Bro, but it's influence.
No,
this is taking word by word, bro. Different.
But you see what I mean?
I see.
Today, a comedian would go, hey, that bit sounds exactly like Eddie Murphy's bit. Falling down the stairs and screaming and shouting. Yeah. And they would have a point. I was influenced.
Yeah. But whether or not you copied it, it still might seem bad for you. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, I understand.
So let me tell you a funny story.
Yes, please.
In 2005, there was a place called, not even 2005, 1995.
Ha!
Big difference.
There was a place called Actors Studio in Dataran Merdeka. You know Dataran Merdeka, the field?
Yeah.
Padang?
Yeah.
Below there's a car park. There were shops there. It's called Dataran Merdeka. The Actors Studio was there.
In Stadium Merdeka.
Dataran Merdeka.
I know Dataran Merdeka is
in the middle of town, in front of the Selangor Club, where the flag is.
Yeah, in front of the building there, Dataran Merdeka.
Dataran Merdeka.
The Merdeka, every time the
Perarakan Merdeka. Below there is a car park. Below there are shop lots. The Actors Studio opened up there in 1992.
He opened by the same person?
Joe Hashim and Farid American.
Opened by American?
So in 1995, for the first Sunday of every month, I would do a show there for 10 ringgit. It was a 100-seater, and I would do a show there for 10 ringgit. And I would encourage people in the audience, if you have a joke, come up. It was the first open mic, but nobody knew what open mic was. I would
That's
encourage
a real
people in
first
the audience
open mic, yeah.
come up. So occasionally people came up and they would do a stock standard book joke lah.
A book joke.
Malay, Chinese, and Indian walk into a bar. The Malay said this, the Chinese said this, and the Indian connect.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road? They will do stock standard book jokes.
Reader's Digest.
Exactly. There's a gentleman who I won't name who's still around, got up one night.
Is he a comedian now?
A gentleman got up one night and he did Eddie Murphy's Delirious word for word. The reason I know this is because I know Eddie Murphy's Delirious word for word. But what was most hilarious is an Indian fella doing Eddie Murphy's Delirious, talking about a black family with a drunk black uncle and guni gugu and having a barbecue and all that. And I was there laughing by myself. But the audience didn't understand it. They're like,
Why?
It didn't make sense.
Because of slang.
No, it wasn't. It's like, you know the song Hotel California, then some Chinese guy who can't pronounce the words gets up and tries to sing Hotel California. If you've never heard Hotel California, on a leather highway, a queen in my hair, you'll be like, what the fuck is he singing? If you know the song, you'll be laughing your ass off because that's the most hilarious thing.
So he was telling an African American joke, but it's not African
He was
American.
telling it word for word. But he doesn't have an American accent and he doesn't have the Eddie Murphy's timing. He's telling it like a Malaysian Indian boy, repeating words. So I was cracking up by myself. But the audience was sitting there going...
But was he actually like trying to be a comedian that time, or
Yeah.
he was already?
But my point is this is before stand-up comedy was a thing. But like today, of course, you're stupid lah because everybody knows the routine. But at the time, I just thought it was hilarious because, oh my God, it's like, imagine your favorite song being sung by a person with the wrong accent and nobody else knows the song. Only you.
So that means he actually knew that you were gonna ask someone to come up, and he volunteered because he must have.
He prepared.
He must have been prepared, right?
prepared.
Yeah,
Because it's part of the show's routine that you call someone.
I'll do like 15, 20 minutes. Anybody want to come up and do it? Then somebody will come out.
And he volunteered, went up.
And say, well, volunteer. I did about 8 minutes of...
So did he change his set?
8 minutes of bad Eddie Murphy.
Did he change his set after that?
No, because I was the only one who knew. If there were handphones in those days, this would be a viral clip.
When did you meet Joanne? Joanne Kam.
Joanne Kam started the same time as me at a place called the Boom Boom Room.
Boom Boom Room. Yes, correct.
So you've been there too.
Joanne Kam was the host of a burlesque. What's the word? Variety burlesque. So it's all the trainees, all dressed up in Copacabana and doing a Barry Manilow song and an ABBA song, and she would come up in between because they had time to change and just do tete jokes lah.
Yeah, she
started off as your tete joke hostess, the host of a burlesque Chinese show. So that's how she started, and she was good because imagine all drunk Chinese and Indian fellas and some drunk Malay fellas who were drinking syrup bandung. And so they're just making noise. So she needed to be all big tete in your face to get their attention lah. You can't go there and be smart with clever jokes. You have to be rude jokes like, hey, Chibai, you think your connect so big?
I went and see Joanne, I think 2 years ago, Comtology. I can't remember what's her show. But she was still doing the tete jokes. I still loved it, man.
Yeah, but that's where she honed her craft. How to control 100 drunk people who just want to look at Chinese in bikinis.
Would you say that is a way tougher? That's a way tougher gig than your conventional.
Crazy.
Bro, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Because they're not there. They want to look at Chinese in bikinis.
Yeah.
So you need to come out there with bigger tete.
It's not as bad as a corporate show, is it?
Corporate show is a different bad.
Yeah.
Corporate show is they're there to have dinner. They want to win their lucky draw prize. They want to win. They want to win their 2-day 1-night stay at the Concord Hotel. They want to get the best worker award. They want to, and then to be interrupted by if it's a singer they like, never mind. But to be interrupted by someone they don't know playing the violin or doing a magic that they don't know or telling jokes that they don't. That's so. How do you stop them in their tracks, get attention, and then go with you?
So if they are known already, like let's say when Joanne is known or yourself, does it get easier?
Much easier, bro.
So in those days, Harith Iskandar, who? Now Harith Iskandar, everybody stops most of the time. Okay. So, but that's the perks of the job lah. It's like Michael Jackson comes to Malaysia, apa khabar? I say apa khabar all the time. No one screams.
I just saw a video of Michael Jackson standing on stage posing, and people were fainting and all. Yeah, they were fainting, man. They were putting them out on the stretcher. Yeah.
Oh, can I tell you a funny Michael Jackson story?
Have you met Michael Jackson?
No. So
Yes, please.
Michael Jackson came to Singapore, by the way. I went to see him there. And he came to Malaysia in, I can't remember the year.
He performed
It
here.
was the bad
1990,
tour.
bro. 990, yeah. 990, bro.
Yes. Stadium Merdeka.
Stadium Negara.
No, it was Merdeka. It was
Merdeka.
open air. It was open air. At the time, I didn't have a girlfriend. I had bought 2 tickets. So I approached my ex-girlfriend, Grace Uy. I said, Grace, come with Michael Jackson. And the one, Michael Jackson. No.
What? There's people not into Michael
Yeah,
Jackson?
exactly right. And I was like, but it's Michael Jackson. No, I don't really like his music. Yeah, but it's Michael Jackson. No, I don't like. And eventually she said yes. And you know, like crowds and thousands of people parked the car, and she was like, yeah, so hot lah. And people pushing me, like, you know, so hot. Complain. Get into our seats. Complain.
But she
Yeah,
came
so
lah,
hot.
but she
She
went
came lah, but complain all the way. The lights went down. Boosh. Michael Jackson came. She jumped on her chair.
She became the biggest fan.
I was like, bitch. Complain all the way for the last 3 days. Do you want to come? And then she.
No, but she
But
knew
that's
all
the
the songs.
effect of.
But she knew all the songs, lah, of course.
Yeah.
No, she knew, but she's not a fan.
Not a fan. But it's just when everyone jumps up and scream.
What
you
did
jump
he
up
open
and scream.
with? What did he open with?
Oh shit! I think it wasn't bad because bad he did the. No, Smooth Criminal he did the.
He opened with Snoop Criminal?
No, I think he opened with.
He opened with Scream.
Were you there?
No, I saw the
He wasn't born.
full plots.
It's on YouTube. The Malaysian concert. He stayed in the Concord Hotel. He was brought down by Tan Sri Jojo. And I remember because there were hundreds and hundreds outside the hotel waiting for a glimpse of him at don't know where.
The same Concord Hotel now, lah.
Yeah.
The one that Sultan Sango always go, lah.
Yeah,
Wow.
because he was Jojo, who's the owner of Concord Hotel as well, brought him down.
I remember when Michael Jackson passed away, right? So there was news in Malaysia, and I thought that was a huge disservice. The headline was pop star King of Pop. They didn't use his name. They just said King of Pop Wacko Jack Ko died. So I remember reading that as a young kid. I was like, fuck. Even then also I thought that was horrible. Yeah, I don't know which publication did it, but one of the big ones. But yeah, something.
It was in Oman that time. Oman. Jordan.
Is it? He died in Oman.
Jordan. Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
Can I tell you a funny story about the Singapore concert?
Sure.
The reason I went to the Malaysian concert is because before that, he came to Singapore. It was a bad tour or whatever.
So wait, sorry, so you went to both?
Here. My friend bought 2 tickets. We drove down to Singapore. And you know, Singapore is Singapore. Concert, 8 o'clock means concert is 8 o'clock. So 5 o'clock we were there. In
the stadium?
In the stadium. Then there's a bunch of 12 girls in front of us. We love you, Michael. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Local Singaporeans. Still bright. We love you, Michael. 6 o'clock. We love Michael.
Wait, Michael hasn't come out yet.
6 o'clock in the afternoon. Crowd coming in. 7:30. We love you, Michael. Then 8 o'clock. We love you, Michael. Then 8:05, 8:07. Me and my friend looking at each other. Singapore usually 8 o'clock means 8 o'clock. Then 8:15. 8:17 or 8:20, the lights went down. Then you hear, check, microphone, check, 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we regret to announce Michael is not feeling well and unable to do the concert. The girls in front, after 4 hours of We Love You, Michael, fuck you, Michael! Fuck you, Michael!
That's so fucking...
Me and my friend was cracking up. We felt like, Baga, 3 hours, we love you, Michael. Love you, Michael. Crying. And I'm Malaysian, I gotta go back tomorrow. I can't. You all crying and laughing.
Wait.
It was hilarious.
Wait. So,
Love turns to hate instantly, man.
but they refunded it.
Cancel. So the choice was given. If you can't stay, they'll refund your money. Because he pushed it to the next day. So the rumor was he was actually flown to Brunei because the Sultan of Brunei had paid a couple of extra million for him to perform.
So that's why he couldn't make it to that gig. It was a last minute thing.
In that tour, he had cancelled a lot of dates. It was one of those things that Micheal cancels again. He's not well. But this particular rumor was that he was... I don't believe the rumor, but possible. He was flown to Brunei for a private show.
At that time, the Brunei King was flashing.
No, it was a fact that he went to Brunei.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether it coincided with that particular...
I don't think that time only, man. There's a lot of stories about Brunei's, the royalty, their parties and all, legendary stuff.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But the concert did happen the night after. But the concert did happen.
They moved it to the night after. But me and my friend cannot stay another night. We had work, so we came back.
Oh, they announced it that if you can stay tomorrow night.
Yeah. So for those who can't stay, can get a refund. Go to this gate, whatever. Keep your ticket stubs, and then...
I mean, the least they could do.
So that's why when he came to Malaysia, then I managed to see him with my ex-girlfriend who didn't want to see him.
Wait, how come you did... Oh, okay. I wanted to say, how come you didn't invite your ex-girlfriend to the Singapore one?
Well, by that time, it was my girlfriend. Because it was before.
Okay.
No, my friend bought the tickets.
Okay, I see. I guess last thing I want to ask about the Crackhouse comedy incident, right? Do you think that there's some rumors are going on. Do you think that it was politically motivated? Or coordinated or organized?
It happened... you all know what happened, right?
Yeah.
Let me give a brief summary. Okay, yeah. So those people who didn't know or who had no idea what happened, Crackhouse Comedy Club, owned by Rizal Van Gazel, one of the staple comedy clubs, for 8 years. Okay, up till that, I think it was 2021 or 22. 22. Yeah, 2022. Still during some lockdown stuff like that, and Amy and Alex, two people, they only Amy came to the show, and I think Alex was in the audience, I'm not sure. So she wanted to perform. She came in with she was wearing a hijab, proper hijab, and a baju kurung, right? And it was her first time doing an open mic night. So how open mic goes is you just go on stage. You don't run by your material. None of that happens. You go up on stage. The audition is the open mic. So goes on stage and she tells her joke. And I can't remember how the joke goes, but the punchline was supposed to be, she took off her hijab and took off her baju kurung. And down there she's wearing tight outfit, a tight, crop top, if I remember, and a skirt, tight skirt and a crop top. So I guess the comedians were a bit confused, didn't know how to react. Some were clapping also because they're like, oh, okay. But no one knew or had any idea that the video was going to be posted online, like maybe the next day. So went online, went super viral.
Okay, let me correct you there.
Sure.
After it happened, in a comedy club, you're not supposed to shoot anything.
Yeah, you're not supposed to shoot anything. Yeah.
No, you're not supposed to shoot anyway. After it happened, because I think Rizal or someone noticed that the boyfriend was shooting. I think went up to him and said, "Hey, bro, I know you see, don't post it online because and he said he wouldn't."
Fucking asshole, yeah.
Yeah. So
what? Also, Rizal actually spotted.
Someone, I don't know whether Rizal. It was like the reason people laughed is not because it was funny, because it was shocking.
Yeah.
It was more of a ha rather. So
yeah.
No, anyway. So that moment was quickly forgotten. Okay, move on. What happened was she or they themselves posted it online sometime after that. And when they did that, then that video was picked up. And of course the netizens went mental. Why is this Malay Muslim girl stripping? But more importantly, what is this thing called stand-up comedy where this is allowed to happen? So that's when the reason it became a thing is because it was just before the elections. So certain ultra-Malay groups made it a thing. They all, 100 of them showed up at Brickfields police station. 100 of them made police reports. And police had to come down, close down, and investigate. Because then it became this, what is this stand-up comedy? What is this liberal, why is people allowed to do this on stage? At that time, most, if not all of Malaysia, doesn't even know stand-up comedy, never been to a stand-up comedy club, may have seen it, but don't understand. So, why it became an issue, even that was not actually the issue. What then became the issue is, then all these netizens then began to investigate and drag up old videos of Rizal Van Gazel.
That's horrible. Dude.
Then they made police reports against 4 of his jokes, supposedly insulting Malays, religion and the royalty. 4 of those jokes were then made into a court case.
Yeah.
3 were dropped because the judge ascertained that no, this is not a case. 1 became a case. So there was a lot of focus on this for the weeks leading up to the election. When the election was over, case dropped. So was it politically motivated? Not the incident itself, but the focus on it was used for political gain for certain groups to attack liberal KL type people because we are conservative and so then the police came to the joke factory because the police have to investigate. So I was not there. They called me up. I went to the police station and basically they sat there and were like, apa ni stand-up comedy open mic ni, kenapa ni boleh jadi? So the Malay press kept referring to her as a comedian. She's not a comedian. She and her boyfriend were swingers. They had their own YouTube channel where they were encouraging sex group parties.
Really?
Hedonistic lifestyle.
Oh, I didn't know, man.
Yeah. Okay. So how I know this is because they also attacked another bar. I then heard later on that there's a bar called Merdeka Raya where people perform music and comedy and all. They came to Merdeka Raya. This was told to me by the Merdeka Raya owner. Okay?
Okay.
They came there, and because he's a singer, and then they said to him, hey, can we have a closed session club? We're going to have a stand-up comedy show, closed doors, and then we'll turn it into a sex party.
Who is the singer? Who is the singer? Who is the singer?
The boyfriend.
The comedy show turned to sex party.
Closed door lah. So they were trying to promote this alternative lifestyle. The Merdeka Raya guy told them to basically F off lah. Like what the hell?
Okay.
So now Merdeka Raya is a non-halal place. Everybody knows it's a non-halal place.
Yes.
It's a non-halal place. She is Malay.
Yes.
Because of the rejection, she then posted on her social media a plate of pork or whatever. Oh, Merdeka Raya tricked me into eating this haram food and I am all aghast and all. So she started and tagging PDRM and DBKL, trying to get Merdeka Raya shut down. Merdeka Raya had to counter police report by going, excuse me, here are all the signs that said this is a non-halal place.
Yes.
They knew why she was doing it.
Okay.
She was SMSing them and WhatsApping them abusive language and all, like how you were going to close you down, blah blah blah. So Merdeka Raya presented this to the police and saying, look, this woman has already been attacking us.
Yes.
And
okay,
we didn't force her. In fact, I don't think she ate it even. So she was already banned from there. That's when she shows up at Crackhouse. So they were releasing the video, in my opinion, to gain notoriety, and followers and
clout,
and because then when I made a public statement about because the press was always asking, this comedian siapa? Who is this comedian? And I kept repeating, she's not a comedian. She's a person who got up on stage like you.
Not me, bro.
You got up 10 times.
Okay, yeah, but not like that.
But you are not a comedian. Then they say, oh, why is this allowed? I said, because that's the nature of the beast. That's it's like open mic singing lah. Karaoke.
It's like
Why you like people who cannot sing karaoke? That's the nature of the beast. Karaoke is meant for people who cannot sing. That's the nature of the beast.
You're right.
But you practice lah. So, but I work together with the police and I say, listen, here's what, when you work together, when police come up like that, you don't fight them. You work together with them. Okay, here's what we can do to allay your concerns. So we then put in a NDA, or not NDA, you sign a form, indemnity. Every comedian who performs has a thing and will sign. I will not do. This is just, just so the club can separate itself from the comedian or whoever gets up on stage. Oh, why the comedian said that? No. They signed that they wouldn't. They said it, so you attack them, like you don't attack us.
don't attack the club.
It's business.
Okay.
It's a business move, lah. But the police were happy with that. So when I kept telling this side of the story, apparently the guy was sending me crazy Twitter.
Amy. I'm sorry, Alex.
The guy.
Yeah.
I don't know because my friend said, bro, do you know? He was like challenging me and, let's meet up and, beat your ass.
No, the boyfriend.
Beat your ass. Like,
Or is it
just psycho stuff lah.
Oh, is it
He's got
anonymous?
like 12 followers. No, him. The guy himself.
The local dude.
Okay, like maybe not 12, like maybe 127 followers. But it's like when a psycho person tries to get your attention, you don't give them attention.
Correct.
She ended up charged. So her charge was kind of disappeared because then the media focused on Rizal Van Gazel, a true comedian telling good jokes. But politicians jumped on it because it was us against them, like liberals against conservatives.
Yeah. I just no, that whole incident is just the real victim was Rizal and
the real victim was the Crackhouse. I think Rizal Van Gazel, there was a silver lining because he had been locked to his Crackhouse club for 8 years, and it kind of, although it was a horrible experience to go through, it kind of released him from the shackles, and now I can go do show here, can go out here. Because when you run a club, you are there. If you're not there, you're on the phone. Anything happen in the club, you got to go to the club. You know how it is, lah. You got to.
It's really true.
It's crazy. Because you're the man, lah. Oh shit, something happened at the club. Don't care what, 2 in the morning, you got to go there, lah, and handle the shit.
What about its effects? That whole incident, its effects on the industry itself.
So yeah, for a while, but this wokeness, this oversensitivity is not purely Malaysian. It also happens in America, in US, and also we're dealing with our own sensibilities. My advice has always been: listen, if it's going to get you in trouble publicly, stand-up comedy is affected. You do it, stand-up comedy is affected. There's a million jokes in the world.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a joke that you know is going to get you in trouble, don't. Or if the joke is absolutely going to bring the house down and people are going to throw $1 million at you and you say screw stand-up comedy, go and do it lah. But if it's just going to get everybody in trouble,
don't complain when you get fucked up.
It's like saying, if you go into a store with a gun just for fun because you think it's going to be shocking, it's going to get you in trouble. Yeah. So don't do it. Find $1 million another way. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So actually, after that incident, I was actually one of the first persons to actually employ Rizal. Remember that after that incident, Harith he got another show. A client asked him to work. I was supposed to do a show in where I think it was Club Med or something like that. So he couldn't. So I asked Harith, "Do you have a replacement?" So he said, he at that time, just only the incident happened. Yeah. He said, do you want to take a risk? I said, I don't mind.
wait, bro. So, oh shit, I didn't take this into account. So, who were the audience though? Like, was it dangerous for you or something?
Corporate. It was corporate show.
But you didn't feel scared or anything? Like, to have Rizal on, everyone knew who was Rizal at that point.
No, but
I'm okay, bro. Yeah, really. Yeah.
No, not you. I mean, like, for the audience, did you think you might get any backlash or whatever? Nothing.
At that time, I thought about the popularity. It's funny. It's funny.
Bro, okay, so yeah, I wanted to ask what you thought about Rizal's performance. He's one of my favorites in Malaysia.
I've seen Rizal perform so many times. I
thought that was your first time.
No, bro. I've been mixing with since I knew Harith. I've been mixing with the comedy gang for Douglas, me, Micheal, a lot. We go way back, man. Yeah, really, way back. Really.
Rizal is one of my favorites, man. It seems almost as if he half writes on stage.
No, Rizal is just like I said. Even when he was 19, he was good.
He was that way. Yeah.
So he's a very good, very, very. So here's the thing: the jokes that he was charged with, 3 were actually dropped. Because in Malaysia we have this law, I don't know what the ACTA is, but it's causing public disturbance.
Talk about race, yeah.
If you make a joke about race, you cause public disturbance. However, in a court of law, how do you prove public disturbance? If Rizal makes a joke about this, you have to prove that at least 100 people went and burnt a car or broke a window. That's public disturbance. If they were upset or offended, how do you prove? So the law is it's there. So people have to take action, but it very rarely gets to court because how do you prove public disturbance? The girl's case got to court because her it wasn't even a joke. Her line was, she was talking about how Malay she was and how she could recite the Quran and how much Islamic education she had, and then took off her hijab and her top. So it is a shock. It's not a joke. It's just a shocking value. So people go, this comedian told it's a bad joke. I said, number one, not a comedian. Number two, not even a joke. Just shock.
Yeah. So it was straightforward to charge her.
Charge her with, that is very clear. Public, what do you call?
Disturbance.
Disrobing, like you.
Yeah.
What was what was the sentence?
I can't remember. It's probably somewhere online. She just basically got up to prove how Malay she was. Hi, I'm Malay.
Was there a
Muslim.
sentence?
No, I'm Malay Muslim. I can. She recited something from the Quran. She was just setting up by proving how Malay she was. Okay, good. So she's proving where's the punchline. But ta-dang! Ha ha ha! Not ha ha ha! Huh?
Yeah.
Like no punchline lah.
Yeah. That was her.
Yeah.
Form of joke.
Remember the Jocelyn Chia thing?
Of course.
What? Remember what?
Jocelyn
Jocelyn
Chia,
Chia.
the
American.
MH 370.
So that one BBC all called me up. I gave interview. I said I was actually not offended by the joke. I just didn't find it funny. If you want to find anything offensive about it, it's not funny because she was not actually funny. If you see the sketch, she was struggling, and she then began to pick on a Malaysian to get a shock, like talk about MH 370. Ha 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 ha.
So a desperate crowd work.
She was a desperate attempt to elicit a laugh.
Ignite a laugh.
Ignite a shocking value laugh. So, to be honest, because I have been asked, is there anything that you cannot joke about?
Yeah.
My clear answer is actually no. Why? People say, you cannot joke about people who have cerebral palsy. You cannot joke about people who have cancer. I have seen comedians with cerebral palsy do amazing material about having cerebral palsy. So, can you joke about cerebral palsy? That person can. I can't. So, the topic, I cannot joke about it. That person can, because that person is living it.
He's pulling it off.
The person who's dying of cancer can joke about cancer because they are seeing the lighter side of it. I can't joke about dying from cancer because, and here's another thing, people often mistake the topic for the target. The topic may be cancer, the target may be the stupid way people don't understand what people with cancer are going through. But they hear cancer, cannot joke about cancer.
I'll give you probably this is a stupider example. So Chiho did a joke about Fun Chiho did a joke about Tun Mahathir, his old age, the oldest prime minister in the world, 94 years old. Context of the joke doesn't really matter. It's just, that's all you have to know. The audience were getting angry because he was talking about Tun M, and they were saying like Jabba Melayu. So that's what you call getting confused with the target.
Yeah.
And the joke which was actually about old age.
Being ageism?
Yeah.
I can't talk for much longer because it's been a long conversation.
Yeah, long. So, something I add on about the Crackhouse incident. I'm not sure if you heard about this. So Ashraf Kamal, he was there working there that night. He was the host also that night. And he manages Crackhouse social media account. So he said, right, that after the thing started to blow up, not immediately, but maybe a couple of hours or the next day, the Instagram account of Crackhouse was flooded with bot accounts. Those fake accounts, very obvious, no followers, random names and all, reposting the Amy and Alex thing all over social media. So that's what he said lah. And that's
the game now lah.
Yeah, it looks like tactics, political tactics. Yeah, but I guess nothing too surprising lah. Yeah, okay. So Harith, just last question lah. I asked this to David that day. Advice to 18-year-old Harith.
18-year-old Harith. Be more aware and kind to everyone around you. And if you have good parents, your parents.
If you have good parents.
Because sometimes parents are abusive.
People think that it's always, be kind to all parents.
We have good parents. We have good parents.
I've got great
Some
parents,
people don't have good. I'm not saying automatically be kind to everyone, but just be aware that everyone goes through their own
Journey.
their own journey, and that's why they become what they become. And sometimes you just, but you never know what someone's journey has been. So just allow them that space to be kinder.
Yeah, sometimes you get a shitty roll of the dice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys.
Okay.
That's it for today's episode. Absolute pleasure having
Thank
Harith
you.
Iskandar on. David on for the second time. Thank you so much, David. David was the one that connected me and Harith. Would love to have you guys on any other time. But anyways, guys, if you've enjoyed the episode so far and you listen up to this point, maybe this is your first or second episode. If you like the content, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment what you thought about today's episode, suggestions for future podcast episodes, and we will see you in the next episode. Give it up for Harith Iskandar and David Lai.
Alright, okay, bro.
Missing my homies, I'm missing my oldies, my brothers, my cronies. We all went to court, but before only courts that we knew were the ones where we were shooting threes, selling Kobe. To a legend, rest in peace to the old me, rest in peace to my brothers, rest in peace to my whole team. The oldest, I'm missing my shawty.